plead the fifth.
The fuck? Nah, say something.
I will
Say
plead.
something.
I will plead the fifth because I get lazy.
I see. We can't be having that, shorty. We can't be
I
having
get
that.
lazy. The No, cause that's not fair. Cause when your partner's not doing what the hell he's supposed to be doing, bitch, you get lazy. You just fuck you.
It was
So
just like two
your
lazy ass
laziness is based
people
on what somebody else
that just
does.
keep doing whatever.
Oh yeah, if I don't like you, then I'm just gonna take my ass to bed. You can cook. You can do your own dishes.
Nah,
So why
But
even why even be with that person if it's gonna be like that?
because
You might as well
that's
what he
because
said.
that's life. That's life. Sometimes you don't like the other person.
yo, if I don't like you, I dead ass. I'm not living with you. I'm out. What's the point? Like we staying together to because we don't want to pay our own rent and our pay own electricity.
No, just
We just
life
feel like it's
happens.
better to
Sometimes
live
y'all
together
argue.
with the girl.
Relationships have bumps in the road. Sometimes you just don't like each other for a couple days.
Listen, you need a nigga to pay your light bill.
The fuck out of here, Lamar. I'm
Yeah,
not
what's
putting
that
my
light
light
bill
on.
like? Lamar got you.
I
Ain't
have
no.
a
Lamar got,
light. I just want to be
Lamar got you right now.
Oh my
What's
goodness.
outside in the darkness, motherfuckers? Damn.
Oh my god.
He's about to send you $150 right now for your light bill right
Yo,
now.
Jeppy, I'm trying to put Jeppy on, man.
Huh?
I'm trying to put Jeppy on before you get in. I want to talk about like lazy relationships, lazy partners, lazy
Lazy. All
people.
right. So have you been in a lazy relationship?
Definitely, definitely. Me, I could be lazy
Oh,
myself.
there you go.
I could definitely be lazy myself, but
Oh, but when I say I'm
with
lazy, we
shit
coming to attack us.
that a man typically is known for doing, that I won't consider myself lazy. Whatever, like taking out the trash or or whatever, fixing the shit that need to be fixed or whatever. Like if you tell me something, I'm gonna do that. Like you ain't gotta chase me around to do it. You know what I mean? Like so, I don't know, and that's like the man of me. Like enjoy doing that, but like if I'm grinding like crazy and you probably barely working like maybe like 16 hours in a week or some shit, or even if you have a job, or if you just taking care of like a family member and somehow getting state funding for the shit or whatever, and then after me doing doubles crazy, and then your crib is like a mess, and then ain't no grub and ain't nothing like that, whatever. There's always gonna be somewhere else where that shit's gonna be happening. So it's like,
But why would you be in a relationship with that?
uh, when I was, it was probably just feelings invested.
Oh.
Till hold on, till I wised
She
up,
hit
and
it
then I
with
was out.
she hit it with it. Huh?
Why would you listen? Why we all been in relationships we shouldn't be in? I'm talking about past shit. I'm single as fuck now. I'm talking about way back.
Oh Lord, she put the
You know
oh.
what? Cancel. She can't be on here. She can't be on here. No.
Why? Oh, but when you call me out. Oh, but
Oh,
when you call me out.
shit. See, this is the problem, right? You probably know Lamar. Lamar knows you. So y'all don't call each other out on the bullshit. This is why,
As
like, the
fuck.
people who watch my shit who know me, they ain't getting up on this shit. They're gonna ask me questions. They're gonna be like, yo, Timmy, what about her? I'm
Yo,
like,
Jeffy
yo,
said what's up with your
chill.
voodoo though.
With my what? My
And why
Yeah,
I gotta
for
be Harley
real.
my
Quinn?
Harley. That's
Harley
my
Quinn, yeah,
baby.
that's a
It
Harley Quinn
This is who I
shit.
sleep with.
it
This is who
explains a
I sleep
lot.
with.
It explains a lot.
Oh shit. Oh
But nah,
shit. Shot
but I'm just
fires
saying though,
back.
you ain't never had no
Sending
situations where
shots
you.
back.
So hold up, you question me that you ain't never been with a lazy motherfucker that you stuck with. Go ahead and lie.
Damn.
Go ahead and lie.
I wouldn't call him lazy. I
We just
wouldn't
gonna
call
take
him
the tack.
lazy. I wouldn't call him lazy.
You ain't never been
What do
with a
you call
lazy
it?
nigga.
Oh, so you caught it. Call it.
My daughter's father could have been a little lazy sometimes.
See, because we need to define this because this
And
is not
then
gonna be out of 365 days. There's no one that's performing 365 days in a year where they're like boom, 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 boom,
No,
boom.
because I
Hold
Everybody
up.
definitely
needs a
have my day.
moment
Like
of
I
love.
have my days where like I don't want to get out of my bed. I sure do. I don't want to do them dishes today. I don't want to take out that trash. I don't want to cook that dinner today. I'm tired.
Yeah, we don't get like that. No,
I don't
that
want to do it.
there's
Real,
365 days in a year. There's no one that's performing 365 days.
sidebar,
I mean,
real quick. I don't mean to cut you off. Sidebar, real quick. And anybody else that's in the chat, please give your input. What state do we live in?
Raggedy ass Rhode Island.
Raggedy ass Rhode Island, right?
Raggedy.
So if somebody questions somebody about you, or question you about somebody, does that mean that you're in a relationship or that person's in a relationship?
Hey, hold on, I'm confused.
Yeah, exactly. Does that mean that?
Motherfucker, thank you.
Does that mean that? It's Timmy. Nobody has.
Wait, maybe
I'll
I need to
rewind it.
switch gears. I just got off for work. I'm a little slow right now. What's up?
The state that we live in, right?
Yeah,
And
yeah.
somebody went to a girl and said, "What's up with you and Timmy?" Or went to a nigga came up to you and said, "What's up with you and that chick?" Does that mean that y'all together? Does that mean that you're not single?
I mean, if a person's asking me about another girl,
Yeah. What does that mean?
I'm not with the girl. No, unless no.
Don't. All right. So let me explain why. Because someone just said I was single as fuck, and someone just they were recently questioned about me. Somebody I never even met before in my life, so they don't know that if I'm single. How does that make sense?
Why is everybody asking about you, Lamar?
Because it's me, nigga. What you mean? Everybody does.
You can't have no females around you.
He's
You
I really
can't have
can't.
none.
Mm,
I can't have
I
no
really
females
can't.
around.
Yeah. Oh, he's that guy, man. That's why.
No, it's not
This
that.
is
Don't
why
do that
I
to me.
stay
Don't do
low
that.
key.
Don't do that.
This is why I stay. This is why I stay
Not
low
Lamar
key.
Hefner.
Lamar Hef.
I need new friends.
He sure the fuck. Yup,
I'm
he
trying
is
to have a
multi.
real serious discussion here, and y'all ain't
Yup,
gonna
he
Bringing him
is.
to the mansion. You bringing him to the mansion?
see.
See
That's
what we
why Matt
doing?
can't be on here. Matt cannot be on here because
All he did was tell the
I like
truth,
her.
Lamar. All he did was tell the truth.
Maddox,
All your friends are friends.
Maddox stopped
Your
more
friends
shit
are
than
fun,
anybody
yeah.
I know if I ever met in my entire life. So he
Who,
can't be
her?
on here. But I'm just saying, even never mind me.
I
Y'all never
like
been in those
her.
situations.
Where a girl was lazy, or you talking about?
No, well, yeah, we could go back to that. But I was just trying to prove a point.
You talking about? All right. So you saying like, let's say like if I was talking to a girl and somebody asked me, if someone asked her whether her and I were together, does that mean that we're in a relationship? No.
There's a difference between
That's just
talking and
that's just
being with somebody. I can
yeah.
talk to 1,000 dudes, doesn't mean I'm with any of them. I'm still single. It doesn't matter how many dudes I
And if
talk to a
somebody
day, I'm still
questions
single.
somebody, does that mean something's going on?
No, it just means that you and whomever you was talking to caught somebody else's attentions, and now they're nosy and want to know what's up.
That's
Yeah,
it.
pretty much.
Pretty
Yeah.
much, that's all it is. That's all it is. But
Yeah.
this
Rhode
fucking
Island
thing.
is nosy. Rhode Island is just plain out nosy. You cannot
Thank
talk
you.
to anybody, be friends with anybody, flirt for 2 seconds with anybody without there being a story later. Like, oh, I saw so-and-so with such and such, and I think they're talking. Like, or you could just mind your fucking business and worry about who you are and are not talking to.
Or you can just keep it real low key and not even get and
It's not
just
even
move
about being
in a
low key.
certain
Like
way.
you could be at a bar with somebody that you know, and if you guys are talking for longer than 5 minutes, next thing you know, you're in somebody else's conversation, talk about, oh, I think they're talking, they might be dating, or you could just literally mind your fucking business.
Yo,
Like that's it.
I
Just
probably
mind your fucking business.
I get accused of you probably like 20 times a week. I get accused of everybody that ever comments on my page at least like 3 times a week. It makes no sense or whatever. Like how many niggas
Because you're
you get
that
accused?
guy.
No, I'm not that guy, yo. I'm telling you, stop making fake. Bullying is the crime. Bullying is the crime.
I'm
Cyberbullying
not
too.
bullying. I just made the face because
I'm just
you
trying to
got
make
quite
the point.
you got quite the
That
reputation in the
what's
state.
that song? Gallus. What's
What
that?
reputation
What's
is
that?
that? For
Gallus?
promoting, right?
Huh?
She said I got a reputation in the state. It said for reporting, right?
You got a
Nah,
reputation,
Maddox,
and
he's talking that shit. He's joining. Fuck that. I'm gonna add him again.
you got quite the rep over here. You know, the male thotty.
Oh,
You know, like he
oh,
said, Lamar
promoting.
Nah, he said,
Heffler,
oh, what's that song? The Gallus,
the top Rhode Island freak.
name, Life of a Gallus,
Yo,
right?
who gets more? Who gets more play in the state, right? The DJs, right?
What DJs?
The DJs, they get the most girls in the state.
They could, maybe. Some of them are cornballs. A lot of them are cornballs.
You feel me?
Yeah,
A
but
lot of
I
them, a
don't
lot
care.
of
The
them.
DJs, not
Nah, it's the promoters. The promoters get the most pussy. I don't care what nobody says. Every girl wants to fuck the promoter.
name one.
Every girl wants to fuck the promoter.
No bullshit. Back in 03 to about 08, I want to
Ultra
be
no
a fucking
child, yo.
promoter.
Because they all get
So
pussy.
that I can fuck as many girls as my
Because next thing you
fucking
know, it's, I know the
as my boys
promoter. Me
were.
and the promoter
And you
be
know
messing
who my
around.
boys
I can get it
were.
for free. I can get us a
DJ Man said
table. I'm going to
cornball
call him
wilds.
right
Yo,
now.
a lot of DJs out here are cornballs. Not the ones that I'm cool with or whatever, but there's a lot of DJs out here that are cornballs, man.
Of course.
Yeah, a
And
lot
there's
of DJs.
cornball promoters too, but they still get pussy. They
Shit,
still get pussy.
what the fuck? I'll be a
If it
cornball
means,
promoter. I
if
don't
it means
care.
they
I'm
get to
trying
get,
to get paid at the end of the night. I don't give a fuck
Listen,
what people
girls be
think they
throwing
mean.
pussy at promoters just for a table. Talk about, I know
just for a
him.
table,
I don't
I
even book
know him.
tables, so I don't know nothing about
just
that.
I
for
know
just
him.
for a table of ice, just for the table and the ice alone in a
With the
bucket
cups. Not
with the
with the
cups.
cups.
No LQ, no
I need new
LQ,
friends.
just a cup
Just
of
go
ice.
sit there like this.
I need new friends.
Say,
I need new friends.
them girls
Yeah.
are getting smashed. Them girls are getting smashed.
All right, so back
That's
to
how
A fact.
lazy ass people in
that shit is
relationships.
bad.
Now we should be talking about bullies in relationships. That's what we really should be talking about.
I'm not a bully.
Yes, the fuck
I'm
you
not a
are.
bully. I'm not a bully.
So if you don't get your way, what do you do?
I tell you, you don't really fuck with me the way you say you fuck with me.
That
That's all.
sounds like a or else. That sounds like you better do what I say or else.
Thank you.
They do it for the Snapchat. That's exactly what they do it for. For the snap. For the clout.
What you mean?
Oh, what, the girls
Nah,
trying to
to
get
the
put out?
girl. To the girl commenting about what the girls do with the promoters. Absolutely do it for the snap.
Oh yeah,
That's my
No,
yo.
that's
Talk
my
about like
girl.
this.
She knows.
Hey, yo, Lamar.
Ain't no
Yo,
bitch on Instagram to do that shit.
Lamar.
So don't stop doing that.
Yo,
You said
I got a
what?
question.
Change the subject.
Yo, Lamar, I got a question.
So hold on. What do you mean?
No.
Why are women so controlling? I don't think we're controlling at all. I think we're the least controlling people.
Yes, they are.
Manipulative.
Manipulative,
You guys are
controlling,
manipulative like a
Jezebel,
motherfucker.
Jada Pinkett's, motherfucker. They all. I'm not even gonna mention her name no more. She's banned. But anyway, yeah. I'm gonna get back to his question because that's a serious question. But what were you gonna say to me?
I agree, girl. I'm manipulative. So, yo, question. As a promoter, right? You are a promoter. If you met a girl, right, and you guys are kicking it, chilling, whatever, let's say a month in, you find out, like, you're meeting her friends. She be like, yo, that's my bro. This is my bro right here. La, la, la. He's a promoter for MASH. You never met this dude. Will you be side-eyeing her? Will you give that girl, that you've been hanging out with and chilling with, the side eye because she said, that's my bro? He's a promoter. Like, would you, like, trust her, or would you just, like,
I see what
wave
you're
that
trying
shit
to
on?
do, but
I just asking. I ain't trying to do that.
I
ain't
get
trying
it
to
all
do
the
that.
time though. But see, I get it all the time.
so a girl,
Nobody be trusting
girl
me when
that
I be like,
I'm
yo,
interested in.
Lamar's my nigga. Like, that's my homie. And I be getting looked at like,
Any
that's your homie. That's your homie.
That's
Like,
it.
yeah.
That's what I'm saying. So, Lamar, what are you doing? What you doing, bro? The girl you was talking to her for a month. You come around, you finally get to a point where you meet her friend. She say her friends come around like, yo, one of them come around, said, she's like, that's my bro. This is my bro. He promotes at out in Massachusetts. And he's not like no bummy ass nigga. He looks like one of those fucking pretty boy ass niggas.
pretty boy promoters.
Yeah.
A pretty boy promoter.
Yeah. Do
Okay.
you do you, do you side eye your girl? Do you side eye that girl from now on and be like,
So I'm
yo,
gonna keep
they
it a buck
either
with you.
fuck?
I'm gonna keep it a buck with you, right? Because y'all know me a long time. This is why I left certain shit alone and I went to reggae music and like known culture around known people and everything. Because before I was doing all the hip hop clubs, all the hookah spots, and all this stuff. Whatever. It was a different type of communities and different type of atmospheres. So when I was doing all that shit before, that happened to me 24/7. Literally every single chick I met in that realm was the type that wanted to go to rooftop parties, pool parties, every single hookah spot, every single whatever they wanted to be seen in a picture taken of them of the known spots. You know what I'm saying? So every single chick I met, basically there's this and it happens with the DJs too, because I know about them, whatever. But the same thing happens with the promoters. There's like this unspoken made up beef between them because somebody's in their feelings because they're suspecting that they're smacking the chick because she's all up on a promoter and wherever she go at. So let's say I meet a chick and I don't know her like that, whatever. And then same situation after a month, like you said, and then oh, this is my boy and he's a promoter and all stuff, whatever. All right, cool. But then if it was like, all right, then this nigga's my boy and he's a promoter, then this nigga, okay, this chick is forever out there or whatever. So probably at that point, I'll probably like keep her at a distance and see where it leads. I'm not really an investigative type. I feel like information just falls out for itself eventually. So like, but
But
I'll
that's a
probably keep her
fact.
at a distance, to be honest. And I've done it because
Yeah.
that used to be all the time. Every single chick I met, it was like everybody had a story or knew something about her because that's the thing. So when I switched over to the reggae joints, it's not about that. It's not about being around the nigga who's popping the most bottles. It's not being around the nigga who got the gold chain or anything like that. I mean, niggas just got red stripes and care about dance moves. People just want to have a good time. So that's why I left all that shit alone as I got older. And I just stuck with the reggae shit. So I don't really deal with that shit no more, to be honest with you. If you
So
just keeping
so
a
you
buck.
just
So
so
I
you
left
just
that
keep
shit
her
alone because
at a
it was
distance?
happening so often.
Damn.
Van Gogh days,
Yo,
Ultra days, nigga.
I'm
Vault
gonna tell you
days,
the
Red
truth.
Lounge days, Sky Lounge days, nigga. I'm trying to tell you, that shit was every weekend, bro. Somebody had a story, somebody had something. That shit doesn't happen at Rosendale like how it used to. Like how,
There she
like
go.
when we were out, when we was kids. Nah.
Yo, I ain't gonna hold you. I'm gonna put myself in that same predicament.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna look at how she frames shit, right? For me, if a girl says that's my boy, we're hanging out, whatever, I'm not paying it no mind. If she says this is my bro and then not really family, or that's my cousin and then not really family like that, I'm gonna side her. You know why? Because when a girl puts that when a girl puts that title, bro, like that's my bro. That's saying like, oh, we close, but we're not, but we're not fucking. But there might have been something there before. Like you don't just call like, yo, that's my bro. You know what I mean? So if she just says like that's my friend, I'm not really, all right, that's her friend. She started using the word bro. I feel like she's overcompensating for something that I'll probably find out later on. Like you said, I'm not even looking for it. It'll just spill out eventually. I'm not gonna go through her phone. I'm not gonna ask questions. It's gonna spill out if it happened. But her saying that's my bro, I feel like she's putting emphasis on trying to separate herself as like, yo, like we're not that, like we're close, but I know, but nothing happened because that's my bro.
But if
This still
nothing
work.
happened,
It's just that, huh?
but I'm saying if nothing happened, all right. So you got homegirls that you consider like sis. And let's say somebody's talking, you get to talk to, and they bump into freaking Monica or Millie or somebody, you know what I'm saying, or Tanisha, you know what I mean, and they fan to us, so it's like if it could be the same way, and you know what I mean, if you turn and spinning around, they could, what I'm trying to say is that a chick could really be in a situation, and I know I sound like a sucker saying it, but I'm saying obviously that's some side eye shit, but not always the case. They could really, because I like the homegirl that was just here, she's really my homegirl. Even though I get accused of smashing all the time, it's only because I have a rep and she got a fat ass or some shit. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. But it's like,
She wasn't try to do one, try to be a real one tonight. She wasn't trying to be a real one tonight. If she does,
yeah.
she wasn't trying to.
I'll do you one even better. I'll do you one even better, right? Let's say you talking to a chick and 3 months go by and you ask her whatever questions you normally would ask. You know, shorty not really from around here really like that. You don't hear no stories about her. And you're like, all right, this chick different. She ain't a typical bird, blah, blah, blah. Right? So she starts saying that I wish you was my nigga, and you fucked up in the head thinking about it. Y'all
I
start
had that happen.
y'all start acting official, kinda, but then you go out and meet one of your niggas and you find out she smashed the homie. Where do you move from there? Mind you, this is Rhode Island, bro.
So, I mean, I had a lot of, I had a few, I had a few female friends who beyond that. Oh, if you wasn't this or that, yeah, you would definitely, yeah, like we would. I feel like me and you were like supposed to be together type shit. Like I know a couple of females like that. Now, if she brings that out, like if she says that, first of all, I'm questioning like why you coming at me like that? Like why you know what I mean? Like what's your true intention? Did you just break up with your boyfriend and you trying to use me as a rebound, or are you like, you know what I mean? What brings out, like what made you feel comfortable now to say some shit like that? Right? So
Because you
boom.
bumped into the nigga. She didn't even know that you knew him. So it's not like she was trying to hide shit. You bump into the nigga being out, going out. And it was like, oh, and she kept up 110 down. I used to mess with him. And it was your mans.
Oh, she messed with the. Depends on how close. It depends on how close. So if it's, let's say, if it's you, Jarvis, my boy Brandon,
The whole crew.
my boy Polkum, if it's out of those, if it's not
You
you
gotta throw
four,
Nate in there because he's the one out of all of us.
Nate,
Most likely this is gonna happen.
if I find out that a girl fucked fucking Nate, it must have been at least 15 years ago because he hasn't been in Rhode Island for like 15 years. Shout out to Hype. That's my boy Hype.
I'll
But
tell you that.
if she fucked Hype, then it was 15 years ago. So I'm not tripping about that. But if it's not like my core people, I'm not tripping about it. Like if Pierre, my boy Pierre, shout out to Skateboard P. If I find out a chick fuck Pierre's my boy.
Mhm.
Depending on how long ago and like what their situation is, I may not I may not really care because at the end of the day, everyone has fucked somebody's ex. Unless she's a virgin, everybody has fucked somebody's ex. I mean, I think I told you this before. I was talking to a girl and like we didn't work out, whatever. This was back like in 07, 08, probably 06, I don't know. then it just so happened that my boy, who I worked with, I mean, we became close at work. We met at work, and we became mad close.
Mhm.
Come to find out, he was dating her. Now, I mean, this was about 2 years removed. This was like 2 years removed. So I was like, yo.
Mm.
So I was like, it hurts a little bit, but at the same time, I'm cool. You can date her. I'm not gonna be like, yo, don't date her because I used to date her. No, do your thing. I mean, me and her didn't work out, but I'm not gonna cop a lock in your situation. I'm gonna be a player about mine. You can go deal with her. Now, I mean, if you want to go deal with her, I'm not. You got my blessings. And he was like, my boy, being a real one, he was like, yo, you sure? He's like, yo, I'll delete her number right now. Like, he's being a real one. I was like, nah, bro, trust me. If it was really like that, but like, it's not even in my type to like tell you that you can't date somebody.
Right.
Who am I? Who am I to tell you that you can't date somebody? Unless you're like my brother. Like, if you're my brother, if it's like Jarvis or Brandon, it's a little, it's
Then it gets a little
it's a
weird.
little closer than home. But outside of that,
But what I'm
I'm not
saying though,
telling you can't date.
but Timmy, you're taking an easy route. What I'm saying is, what if you was the second nigga, not the first nigga? What if you're with her now and she used to smack your mans, but nobody knew until some get together and just everybody bumped each other. It was like, oh, huh, damn, yeah, I used to be with him.
I wouldn't trip. I wouldn't trip.
You want to
Trust me.
trip?
I would have tripped because I'm the type where I don't trip about frivolous shit like that. Like
Even
I
if it was your
understand. Like,
close circle,
now that's what I'm saying.
even if it was
But
Jarvis
that's
the
what I'm
hype.
saying.
Huh?
But that's what I'm saying. Like, if it's I named the four people. Like, for example, my boy Brandon, he
Tall Brandon,
he was talking to somebody. He was talking to somebody that I used to talk to. It made my boy Brandon
Jeffy's
and
being
I
real.
situation like it made our situation like a little awkward. But we was able to work through that, and at the end of the day, we both agreed that we're not tripping. We're not tripping over us. You know what I mean? Talking to the same girl, not even smashing, just talking to the same girl. Like, you gotta have bro code.
Nah,
There are
it
some
gotta be on a level of smashing because nobody gives a fuck if it's just talking. I'm talking about like she used to smack
okay,
that nigga
smash.
and you smashed before you went out and while going out, that's when you bump to old boy. You get
Oh
some
well,
little
I can't.
rounds in, you get all cute, you go out, you get some grub, you go to some type of party setting, and your man's is there, and it's like, oh shit, that used to be my nigga.
Yeah,
Talking
I'm
is
not
nothing,
tripping.
bro. It's
I can't. I can't. I
fucking is
can't.
it brings it to a whole
I
nother
can't
level.
trip about. It's like I can't trip about that because it's like, oh, I want the. It's like I want the fucking perfect situation where this girl had never fucked with anybody that I know. That's not happening again unless she's a virgin.
Yeah.
Unless, and this is Rhode Island, bro. And this is Rhode Island where everybody has fucked everyone's girl at some point. Come on, bro. I just accept that's the rules of the game. The rules of the game is I'm gonna meet a girl and I'm gonna find out that she fucked this person and she fucked that person. She might have fucked she might have fucked my cousin. She might have fucked, you know, somebody I was cool with that I'm no longer cool with. She may fuck with somebody that I'm cool with now that I talk to on a regular. But that's in the past. I'm not gonna,
Yo, but
you know what I
history,
mean?
but
I'm
so
not gonna
history
trip
don't matter
like
to you.
that.
Body count don't matter to you. History don't matter to you. None of that. Oh, I just missed the call.
Um, like I said, it depends on depends on a few factors. Who would a person to me? If it's like I said, if it's my right hand, left hand man, I'll feel a certain way. A little, I wouldn't feel a certain way, but I would
Y'all
be
suck
like,
at watching the chat, by the way. I hope you know there's like a whole 10 conversations in that motherfucker that y'all are
I
not looking
can't see
at.
it, sir. I
You
keep
can't,
telling
man.
this guy,
You talking
I
real
can't
shit.
see it.
All right, so
What
but
are they
what I'm
saying?
saying is that so history don't matter, body count don't matter to you, or nothing like that.
No, not really.
Not really.
Why should it matter?
All right,
I
because watch it. All right, why should it matter? What recently in the news, you saw that Kim K called Kanye crying and spark because somebody exposed her sex tape with Ray J to their son.
okay, but that's because people got loud mouths. If you fucking
People
somebody and
always
you
gonna have
keep it
loud
in silence, it's
mouths.
really nobody's
See,
business what you're
People,
doing.
Jeff, you think you said people make it
what
matter.
do you mean
People
that's
always gonna
also
have loud
that bit?
mouths. People always
Huh?
That bit.
You said what?
people talk about me to the
Not you. I heard you.
people talk
I'm
about
talking to
me
you.
for
Who
shit that I
that bit?
did 20
Who
years
that
ago.
bit?
You know what I'm saying? It doesn't matter. People always gonna make shit matter. People always gonna have loud mouths. So it's like,
Oh, but so all right, so perfect. So perfect example. So you're trying to say, like, for example, was Pete Davidson wrong for dating Kim? It, and even though, like,
and they were
Even
all
though
cool.
Pete Davidson and Kanye were friends, like, Pete Davidson and Kanye were actually really, really close, right? And this is why Kanye feels so betrayed, because
No, that's
he
Kim's
was
fault.
like,
Cause you knew you was
That's what
his
I'm trying to
wife.
say.
That's Kim's fault.
That's what I'm trying to say.
Listen, I look at it like this. No disrespect, but niggas are gonna be niggas. Men are gonna be men.
Uh,
That was his wife. That was his wife. That is the mother of his children. Sis, you knew better and you did it anyways. So therefore, that's her problem. That's her fault. Pete's gonna go where the pussy and the money's at.
Pete has no responsibility, no
for friendship,
moral
you mean?
principle to say no, even though even if she's throwing that fake fat ass at him, he has
That
no
was
moral
his
to be like,
wife.
nah,
That's
that
Timmy. Timmy, who you more mad at? Your nigga or the one that had your kids you had kids with?
You gotta see that female for the rest of your
would be
life.
mad.
So all them kids turn 18, you gotta deal with that shit.
She owes you more loyalty being your wife and the mother of your children than a friend than the friend that's disposable. Like friends are disposable.
All right, so I give you that, because they took it one step further. They took it one step further, and they not only marriage, but the fact that they have kids. Kim is definitely at fault, because it's like she do owe Kanye more loyalty to not fuck with Kanye's friend,
How many husbands did
and
Kim have?
they have kids together.
How
Know
many
what I
wives
mean?
did
And
Kanye
Kanye,
have?
huh?
How many husbands did Kim have?
She had a lot, yo.
How
No
many wives
bullshit.
did Kanye have?
He had one that
Yeah.
we know. He had a fiance. I mean, this is why, like, I was quick to point out, like, yo, y'all so mad at Kanye and talking about Kim is empowering all women, this and that, and Kanye crazy.
Hmm?
But
The whole
Kim
family
had
crazy.
Reggie
Red is
Bush,
right.
Ray J, the
Reggie
game.
Bush,
Yeah, Reggie Bush, the game,
the basketball player nigga,
Ray J. She was linked
Chris
to what's
Humphries,
that white boy? What is she linked to, like, Kevin Love? She almost
Chris Humphries. He was on the Nets.
Chris Humphrey. Chris Humphrey. Um, we said Reggie Bush, right?
Yeah. There's some others out there. But
There's
point
a,
is
there's a
made.
lot out there.
The point is
The
made.
point made. So, but the thing is
So
the
wait.
thing is that
So
I don't.
does history and body count matter? Because what Kanye now hear me out. What Kanye be going crazy and going through the bullshit he going through if he chose somebody that wasn't skipping husbands left and right?
No, because every girl, I think,
I don't think it was so
had a
much her
moment.
body count. I think it was so much more that, like, oh, she literally has a husband every year.
Yeah,
Girl literally got a husband
it's not.
every fucking year.
It's not really her body. It's not her body count. It's just like, what is
J-Lo,
it about her? What is it
all
about
of them.
her that's making these niggas be like,
She got
yeah, no, I'm
money.
good.
Because
She
she
got
saw
money. She
everybody
makes
from a
you
young age
famous.
how she sucked dick. And honestly, I don't even think it was a good job. But
Oh no! I seen that tape. She sucked, yo. I
yeah,
seen that
she was
tape.
trash.
She was god awful.
But she was about
She
that
was
life.
god awful.
But here's the thing.
I would have pushed her. I
Timmy,
would have
be
pushed her
real.
off me. I would have been like, "Yo, I'm good, baby, sweetheart, I'm good. Oh, I'm good."
Hold up, hold
That's
up,
how
hold up,
bad it
hold up, hold
was.
up, hold up, hold up. So Timmy, Kim K come visit Providence,
He sure did say.
and she coming
He
out
sure
at
did.
you, and you know that she can't suck dick, but she trying to suck your dick. You gonna say no?
If it's
Nigga, don't
Kim
lie.
K,
Do not lie.
if it's Kim K,
It's Kim K.
good.
You're gonna say no.
It'd be a waste of time, bro. It'd be a waste of fucking time.
Yeah, but how
I'm
much
not
time
gonna
do men
enjoy.
actually like waste on trash ass pussy to begin with?
Nigga, you will break the internet. What
I
you talking
mean,
about waste of time?
waste of time, yo. It's a fucking waste of time, bro. If I know I'm not gonna join, I'm not gonna do something just for the clout, just to be like, oh, I got
I'm,
head from
I'm done
Kim,
now.
and you know
I'm
I
done
know it
now.
was trash. Like,
I'm done now.
come
Yeah,
on, bro.
but y'all will fuck
Ain't
a
no
raggedy
nigga
ass bitch with
gonna
whack
say
ass pussy.
no. Kim K can't suck that dick. I don't care. Nobody's saying that shit. Nobody's saying that
She's
shit.
not sucking my she's not sucking my dick because it's not pleasurable to me. If I do it, if I was to do it, it'd be oh he's doing it for the clout. I don't do shit for the clout, B. So if I know that her head is trash, I'm gonna say
What's considered
no.
trash ass? Dry.
You
Dry.
saw that tape? What you
It
mean?
don't.
Like
She ain't
yo,
got no grip.
if I hit the
Trash.
if I'm hitting the drone
Oh,
and the
wait,
pussy's
And you gotta
whack,
keep
wait,
spitting on
I'm
it.
not
wait,
going back to hitting
wait.
the pussy again just because I'm horny. I'm good.
But how long ago was that sex tape?
How long?
Yeah.
You know about how long ago it was? It was like it was like when
It was before the
I would have to look it
VH1
up.
Ray J specials and Flavor Flav specials. This is going
Yeah,
back.
it was way back. So was it in high school? No, I was out of high school when it happened. I was
It
definitely out
probably
of
was
high
like
school. I was
CTRI
like
days.
yeah, I was CCIY. So probably like '05
Almost
to
20 years,
about
bro. Almost 20 years.
'09.
Her head game got improved in almost 20 years.
Yeah.
She was
No,
a
if she
she was
can't
a
keep a
youngin.
man, no. If a
She
listen,
was a youngin on
think
camera for the first
I think
time.
it would stay with a girl.
She probably a pro
No,
right
no,
now. Kanye going
no,
crazy for a
hell,
reason, bro.
bro,
Kanye going crazy for a
bro.
reason.
She looked like a bunch of niggas don't suit their head up because she Kim
Look how many
K.
husbands she
So
had.
they
That's a
like,
lot of
oh
dick
yeah, this is the
sucking.
best hat I ever had, knowing that she fucking sucked. But because it's Kim K, they niggas gonna sit there and be like, this is the best head I ever had. So in her head, she's like, yo, I don't gotta improve. Niggas are
Bro,
telling me that my head is good,
Kanye
but
knocked her
niggas
ass
are
up like
telling her
what,
she's
four
good because
times?
she's Kim K.
Her
She's
shit improved.
garbage.
She went to school on that shit.
Nah,
She became a suck dickologist. I'm trying to tell you. Somehow that's a word.
nah. No, yo, if every guy is telling her like, yo, you suck dick good, but she's not doing nothing special. Come on, like in
No,
her
no, but
head,
hold on, hold
why
on,
would
hold
she
on, hold
get
on.
better?
There's bitches, there's
Why
bitches
would
out
she get
here
better if every
when we
guy
was
is
running
telling her that she's
when we
good
was
already?
running through
You know
bitches.
she's trash.
When we was wilding out running through bitches, there was times where like I'm like, yo, she's whack. She laid like a log. She can't suck dick for shit. And then the next nigga be like, what you talking about, nigga? She fucking blew my mind. You know what I'm saying? Like, so it's whatever. I don't know, but it's like to each his own. But
Yeah, I mean, I
that
think
shit was over
again,
20 years ago. Nigga, the way I ate pussy 20 years ago compared to now, I'm a demon now. Like this shit's different. This shit is different. I didn't know what the fuck I was doing back then. I was
oh shit,
I was into Dragon
oh
Ball Z and shit.
shit,
Like I wasn't worried about you know what I'm saying? Like
well,
I didn't I'm a professional now.
talk your shit, son.
Heavyweight championship belt
Talk
my
your
shit now.
shit.
Back then I want to talk shit.
Talk your shit.
Nah, I'm just saying though, 20 years ago is a big difference. A big ass difference. I don't give a fuck. You're giving her a chance. I don't believe you.
But listen though.
You're giving her a chance. Ain't nobody saying no.
If every girl back then, all the way up to now, said, "Yo, you fucking eat pussy the best," but they were just telling you that because you're Lamar and they want fucking and you're the and they think like you're gonna hook them up with tickets and this and that. Then
Like I said,
are
that's
you
why
really like?
I
How
don't
do you
got shit
know
to hook
you're
people
really
up with
good?
no
How
more.
do you know you're really good at eating pussy? Because if everyone is telling you yeah, yo, you're the best, but it's because of your status.
Well, that's terrible if you're lying to the man. That's horrible. That's not nice.
No,
That's
But
not
that's
right.
what I'm saying. This
you're
a
gonna
lot
say
of
Lie
these
all
for
of
guys,
this.
they're
I'm
gonna
talking
lie. They're
about
gonna lie about this chick. They're gonna lie to this chick's face and be like, "Yo, you're the best head I ever had," knowing that she's giving the
I'm
same
not telling you to lie
dry,
to Kim K
tacky head
because she's
that she
famous.
gave AJ.
I'm saying you're gonna find out if the shit is still trash or not. I'm not telling you to lie to her, but status has nothing to do with the fact of 20 years of experience, bro. That's what I'm trying to tell you. You
Yo,
what you
I
knew
know.
as a kid, you don't is it's different from now.
You and I both know that there's guys who will lie to a chick. She's not even famous. He would lie to her talking about yo she give yo you're giving me bomb head. I love the way you give head, but it's because
Timmy, you ain't doing that.
he
I ain't doing
he doesn't
that. The
want it
fuck?
to stop. He doesn't want
Who's doing that?
the head to stop. He
Who's
doesn't
doing that?
want her to
What nigga's
stop giving
doing
him
that?
head.
What
But
nigga you
she's
know does
trash.
that?
Come on, bro.
I'm dead
There's
ass.
niggas
What nigga you know
There's
does
niggas
that?
who would lie about, yo, you give good head, even though she's trash, because he doesn't want the head, because he doesn't want to stop her from giving him head. He doesn't want to. It may not be that
If
good,
the shit's
but in
trash, I
his
want her to
mind, it's
stop.
like it's better than nothing.
Yo, so
And
wait, you ain't never walked out on a bitch?
have I walked out?
You
I,
never walked out on a
why she
bitch?
need the head?
Just from like the whole shit
Why?
being whack.
Nah, I stopped it though. I never walked out, but I was just like, I'm good. For one reason, it could be like I stopped the girl from giving me head because it just wasn't there.
So
If
you
I'm making faces,
so
if
you
I'm
flipped
making
it the fuck
faces
over
because
and you
you're
got this,
scraping my
or
shit, because
you
you're
was done?
scraping my shit with your teeth, I'm not. I'm not dealing with that. Well, I'm not going to deal with that for 30 minutes of you scraping your teeth against my dick to the point where it
So
bleeds.
what do
Like,
you
no, I'm
do?
not going to act like that shit.
Yo, why'd you just grab your teeth right
Fuck.
now?
I'm going to let you know. Like, no, this ain't it.
Because I can't imagine like
What?
scraping for 30 minutes.
So
Whatever.
so what? You flipped it the fuck
Like
over, kept
that'll
fucking, or
you
you was
can't like
out?
you can't feel.
Yeah,
You can't.
my shit looking like a wounded soldier and shit
So
in battle. This
Yeah.
little sideways bleeding
But
and
why
shit.
did you stop her after the
did
first
you?
like
What did you
minute?
do? Did you get to
No, that's what
smash
I'm
it?
saying. No, that's what I'm saying. But that's what I'm saying. I'm not gonna let it continue. I mean, all right, the first couple of minutes, like, all right, maybe she just needs to warm up. You know what I mean, she need to get into it. All right, boom,
All
whatever.
right.
But then after a while, it's just like, all right, she's not getting better, yo. My shit's hurting. I'm good.
So
I'm good, sweetheart.
let me ask you something, right? Did you like her?
Motherfuckers will lie to a girl they like.
That I like.
Because girls do the same thing. What's that
She
mean?
was
3 inches feel like 8 when you really in love with
Did
them.
you like her, or you was just trying to smash? Keeping the buck.
It was a while ago, but I
Yeah, you
think I
did.
just wanted to smash.
Yeah.
I think I just wanted to smash. I had it happen. Yo, I met a
So you
chick.
just wanted to
Yo, I
smash.
met this
Her shit was
off the
trash,
chat line.
and you just
I, I met a chick off the donut chat line, bro, and she's talking crazy about, you know what I mean? Like she wanted to get out, smash, whatever. Went to a crib, got head, and that shit was so fucking trash. I was like, yo, I came all the way down here for nothing. I caught the bus down here for fucking nothing, bro. This was
different, nigga.
back
Them
when
youngers,
the donut chat line was popping out here.
we was kids back then. That shit don't matter. When you're a kid, you'll travel fucking to another state just to say that you got something. That's different as opposed to on some man shit like right now. That shit don't apply to right now. Nigga, all of us took a 2 bus transfers to get some pussy. Every one of us done it.
Oh yeah. Oh, that's a fact.
All right,
Oh,
but
that's a fact. And the young days, yeah.
that don't apply to now. That don't apply to anything like of a recent situation. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. So like,
It's like
so there's
it's like
no girl
this, right?
recently that you had that was trash.
I don't want to put no one out there. I don't know if they're watching.
You don't gotta say
I
the
don't know.
name. You're a pussy ass nigga.
I
You
can't
only gotta
mention
say the name. You only gotta say
yo,
the name. It does. All right. In the
But hold on,
past,
because I only
I'll
see three
save you. I'll
comments. I
save you.
know
I'll
there's more
save
than
you.
3 people up in
I'll
this
save
bitch.
you. I'll save you. In the past 5 years, have you had any trash pussy? 5 years.
Have
You got to be
Uh,
safe in 5 years.
yeah, I have. Yeah. I
All
ain't
right.
gonna hold you. Yeah, I have. I definitely have.
Did you or that person stay the night?
Nah, I went home.
Huh?
I went home.
Thank you. Because ain't
Fuck.
nobody putting up with that now.
I ain't putting out. But that's what I'm trying to tell you. It's like, you know what it is? It's the equivalent of us settling with a chick, like just giving us head and shit, knowing that the shit is trash. It's the equivalent to a girl talking about, oh, he got the biggest dick. A girl talking about, oh, he got the fucking mandingo and shit, knowing damn well
But
Hold
who
that.
on.
really out here lying like
What?
that though?
Listen, how do you
Yo,
know? How you know what that she? All right.
yo,
So
yo,
I'm gonna
girl,
break it down to you.
because,
I'm gonna
because
break it
guess
down to
what?
you.
Because
I'm gonna break it
Because,
down to
because
you.
guess what? Because guess what? When they break up, she was like, "Oh, that's why you got a little ass, needle ass dick." But it was like after
Okay.
the fact, after they broke up. That I see this on my
So
I
Facebook. I'm
can't
like,
relate. I
so
can't relate.
Timmy,
I told
Timmy,
one of my exes
Timmy,
straight
Timmy,
up.
Timmy,
It
Timmy,
wasn't,
I just
Timmy,
see on Facebook like,
Timmy.
"Yo, you
That's
fucking with this
females,
nigga for
bro.
how
That's
long?" And
female.
now all of a sudden, now he
Timmy.
got a needle ass dick.
That's that's
Oh,
that's that's females, bro. Listen. While you in the pussy, you're the biggest nigga on earth. It's not the fact that you're lying. This is the shit that they believe in their heads because they're in love with your ass at the moment, and you tearing this shit up. You got the biggest dick in the world at the time, whatever. But your dick size,
they just
your
don't want
dick
to hurt
size
your
didn't
feelings.
change, nigga. Is that
three
you
inches
pissed them the
feels
fuck
like
off?
eight when
She
you
They
didn't want
went
to
through
hurt
your
their
motherfuckers.
feelings.
phone. They
She didn't want to
called
hurt
you a
their
fuck nigga,
feelings.
and once they're in their mind that you a fuck nigga, all of a sudden your shit is small. Somehow your dick ain't changed. They're mad at you. They got nothing to do with it. They're lying to themselves. That has nothing to do.
I think some girls
I
will
had a
put
girl
up.
tell me every
I
time.
think some girls will put up with a small dick nigga if he's providing other things for her, like he's taking her shopping and he's, you know what I mean, like treating her real well. She was like, "Oh, you're the biggest."
Oh,
Oh,
I
she
didn't
made
say all
it
that.
again.
I didn't
Oh
say all
shit!
that now. I didn't say
Listen.
all that now. but
Oh
I heard that rest of it. I heard the rest of it.
shit! Yeah, a girl will put up with a needle
Is she
ass
doing?
dick nigga
No.
if he taking her shopping and
If
and
he's taking her
and he has
shopping,
status and all that. Huh?
you saying if he's taking her shopping,
Yeah, if he's taking her to, and then
Well, he
he
definitely wasn't
has the
taking me
fucking
shopping,
biggest dick in the
but
world.
he
As
was
soon as they break up,
definitely.
he has a needle
I mean,
dick.
we had a kid together. We
so
ended up having a kid together. So
so
I mean,
damn. Okay, damn, I didn't think she was gonna go out there, but all right.
I don't give a fuck. We don't like each other anyways. We don't give a fuck. We don't like each other anyways.
So
Oh shit!
so 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 if she's taking that nigga shopping, what that mean?
What?
If she taking that nigga shopping, what does that mean?
She's not gonna really take a nigga shopping. It's the men. It's the men who. It's a girl who will lie about a nigga's dick or whatever, because even though he sucks in bed or he has a little ass dick, he still breaks her off whenever she wants, whenever she needs her nails done, needs her hair done, she wants to go shopping. She's not gonna fuck that up over telling the nigga that, yo, your dick's too small. Because she knows that she says that his ego's gonna be broken. His ego's gonna be broken, and then he may end up leaving her.
I'm gonna tell
So
you
she's
the
not
answer
gonna
to that.
fuck that up. So she's gonna get to the bag. She's gonna stay with the bag and be like, "This is fucking King Kong."
Nah, I
So
don't
this
think
nigga
I'm gonna
provided
answer
because
that,
this
right?
nigga provided the
I'm
bag.
gonna answer that, right? Now,
Yo, why you covering your face?
and before,
Because she like, oh shit. He's telling my,
if
oh
that nigga's
shit.
spending, if that nigga's doing all that shit to get her, buying nails and taking all these fancy places and do all that shit or whatever, she she's gonna enjoy that shit, whatever, but she's not gonna respect him fully because
Of course not.
that's shit that niggas do for their girlfriend. So if they're doing that for you before you even a girlfriend, that means you a nigga that doing that shit for
But
everybody,
no,
right?
but we're not
So
even, we're
they're
not
gonna view
even,
you
we
until
don't
they
even
find
have to
out.
be
They're
a
gonna view you
girlfriend,
as a
just
little dick
niggas.
nigga because you're just doing that shit off rip. But what if you smash and that's your girl, that's your wifey, and you're doing that shit for her? She's not thinking that of you because you're her
If
nigga.
she,
You know what I'm saying?
if,
Like
if, if she took it that far,
What fridge?
if she
Girl,
really took
I
it
am
that
in my room.
far, huh?
No, my sister keeps saying, "Open up your fridge." I'm in my room.
she probably
Oh
thinks
shit.
there's a nigga in your room. She is a all
It's like, oh, you got two niggas in there. Hold on, hold on. What
right.
you doing in there?
So let me ask you this before that anybody else join the live, whatever. Because that shit, I don't know. But all right, so I don't know about. I know about my shit is. I don't know about sizes and blah blah blah. I don't know. All I know is
I'm
that
not clocking another man. I don't care about
I
Oh,
know.
another man,
I don't know none of that
about
shit.
another
What I'm
man's
saying
penis,
is
but
this,
I'm
right?
just gonna say that
If
we're not
this,
gonna act like
if the
girls
shit
don't
is whack,
lie.
I'm just want to ask this, right? If the shit is whack, what? And I want the ladies to chime in too. If the shit is whack, do you coach the person to make it better,
absolutely.
or you're like, I'll admit, I don't got time for that. I'm grown. You're supposed to be
He
grown.
like forgot the patience to
You
teach
know
her.
what I mean? So,
Talk
what the
about the
fuck? I'm not
patience,
trying
bro.
to sign you up to no Google Coursera how to suck dick right and all that shit, whatever. So I'm like,
But yeah, but you
yeah,
can't do that
yeah.
because
But
maybe the
women
dude,
say,
but
oh,
the dude she
I
was
want to
with
be
prior,
coached, or
maybe.
they need to coach the nigga and blah blah blah. Niggas
Yeah,
don't
but
give a fuck about that
that's
or have
not true.
time
The
for it.
sex partner beforehand probably
Yo,
liked it a certain
this
way, and
shit's
that's
whack.
just
You
the way
trash.
they're
Be out
used
of
to
here. Like
now.
your friend is probably better.
See,
You know what I mean? Like
Different
she
people like
brought
to
up a
be
point
fucked
though.
differently. People like to be
She
fucked
brought up a
differently.
point.
that's a
She
very
do, she did bring up a point
it is.
because, and
So
I may not,
if I just
I
got out
may,
of if I just got out of a 4 year relationship, right? So if I just got done fucking the same dude for 4 years, the way he likes, and then somewhere down the line I go mess with somebody else, you got to teach me how to fuck you like because I was just fucking the same way for 4.5 years.
Yo,
she got a
there's four
point
basic
though.
aspects of the
She got
shit
a
that
point.
a nigga shouldn't have to teach. I don't know.
That's not
You know what I
true
mean?
because some dudes be having rough ass sex and you gotta tell them like, yo, I don't like it like that, man. I don't like it like that. Let me show you how I like it. You ain't gotta pound on me. I don't like it.
So
So yes, I gotta coach you on
Sort
how
of
to fuck
pound,
me. You
so
pound
not
cake
fucking your
that
last
so for
bitch.
ass.
that,
You not fucking your last bitch. You fucking me. So I'm
Pound
gonna show
cake.
you how I like it.
but the
Don't fuck
niggas
me the
think
same
the
way you
same
was fucking
thing.
her because I don't
The
like it.
niggas think the same thing. Like, yo, this ain't your last nigga. This is me, and I'm the
Right. So you
man.
gotta
So
coach them. It's not about being
So at
grown.
some
It's just yo,
point,
we was
That is
fucking
part of
somebody else.
leadership as a man. No bullshit. That is part of leadership as a man.
it's Peter leadership.
You
No,
gotta teach your girl some things like,
teach a girl, your girl, or a girl.
if
Big
it's
difference.
my girl, I'm willing. Yeah, I'll. You know what I mean? I could tell her like, baby, don't do that. Do this. Da, da, da. If it's just some chick I'm
Random
fucking with,
bitch.
no, I'm not. I'm not teaching different chicks how to suck
All
my.
right.
No,
So 9 times out of
I'm
10,
good.
if you're African or from the islands, you're on that pound town shit because that's all you was taught, but from your uncles and all this shit from thing or whatever. It's just what it is,
You gotta
whatever, right?
go up the top ladder into the pussy type
I
shit.
had,
That's like
I had,
top rope shit.
Jeppy said, look in the chat. Everybody's in there rolling. We out here just having fun. This is what we do. I don't know. I got the chat is going by so fast. I can't scroll up and see everything. But
I can't see none of it, bro. You guys enjoy.
yeah, but like that pound town shit is just whatever. So I had chicks like tore this shit up, broke their bed and all that stuff, whatever, of the first smash, whatever, and they're looking at me like, oh my god, nigga, da da da. Then I had chicks was like, oh, you're too aggressive. What the fuck? Da da da. You need to make love to me and be also. And then I think
Yeah,
one chick, I probably tried it, and I'm like, what the fuck am I doing here? I'm like, yo, I'm out of here. Like, you know what I mean? Like, this is boring to me. So it's like, I don't know. It's just you.
you do
There's
gotta. You do like I said.
this the
If it's
thing.
your
It's an
girl,
issue with sex is that it's a lot that has to do with a nigga's ego, right? And the nigga wants there's Rico Suave R&B type ass niggas that want to be able to say that they could sweet talk a chick off her panties and be all this smooth shit, whatever. And then it's niggas that want to be able to walk away and be like, yo, I tore that shit up. Like every one of these niggas still like, yo, yeah, I beat the fuck out of that bitch. Like, and It's just a thing with niggas. From we hear the shit growing up, and we repeat the cycle. You know what I mean? So love making
Man,
Lamar. Nah, that ain't me.
niggas want their jersey hanging in the girls' draft in the draft of her room, and about to like this is the one. Like this is like we're gonna hang up. I want my jersey to be hanging up in the drafts. Like he was number one. That's what a guy goes in there thinking. But the question is, but the process is every girl is different. Some girls some girls want you to fucking Mike Tyson beat the pussy up.
Yeah.
Some girls want that R&B slow, you know what I mean, winding shit. So you do have to have the communication. And that's something that's probably like communication you would have before you even fuck the girl. You know what I mean? Like, oh, how do you like it? So this is how I like it. Oh, this is how you like it. All right. So then when it
Nah, never.
comes down to it, it's not so awkward. Know what I mean? Just so that you guys are like on the same, because this is where communication comes into play. Because
So here's the thing with me, right? And like people that I've been on and off with for years, and like if I it just to me it either clicks or it doesn't click, right? And if it doesn't click, I don't want it. Like if it's just all this extra anatomies and process to try to get it to this fantasy world level of expectancy because that's what you had with a previous person, like I'm all set with it or whatever. And there's people that you don't got to do that with because there's just people there you for some reason you just vibe with the way you could vibe with other people that you can't vibe with others.
yeah,
It's just how it is. You know what I'm saying? Like no matter what, like you know what I'm saying. I mean, we could joke around in ways and other people won't get it. You know what I'm saying? But it's because how we grew up or we just know each other for years, it's just our vibe. And you could be like that with somebody instantly. You just meet them, you just like, and for some reason, yo, this person gets me. You know what I'm saying? And like nine
yeah.
times ten, that's more the person I would rock with, as opposed to somebody like, well, you need to do this and you need to do that. And well, I'm like this and I'm like that. And I'm like, bitch, kick rocks. Like, the fuck out of here. You know what I mean? Like,
But it
so
has to be some type of communication, though. It gotta be. It gotta be. Like I said, like you gotta know your woman's body. Like you gotta learn your body. You gotta know your woman's body. Like just the curves, the dents, the everything. Like, and she's gonna take notice of that shit, and that's what's gonna turn her out to you. That's
bro,
what's gonna turn. Yeah, I found out.
I
Listen, I'm just
literally,
learning this
bro,
I had
now in
that
my
same
30s.
conversation with my ex. I was like, yo, you have to understand. You have to learn my body. What worked for the last bitch does not work for me. I don't know what she like, but I
so
don't like
wait.
it too. But I don't
It's
So
like
like,
let
it
me ask you
too.
this. You ain't never had a nigga that just knew what he was doing off rip?
No.
no, because he would have known unless he hit it before.
You never had a nigga
No.
that did anything right ever.
I wouldn't say never. But after I told him after the first time, like,
Yo,
yo, I
listen,
don't like
I'm
that.
trying
Don't
to
ever do
tell
that
you,
shit
there's
again.
something about people's
Don't ever do that shit
auras.
again. I'll be like, don't touch me like that.
Yo, I'm not bullshitting you. There's something about people's auras and people's energy. For certain people or whatever, there's certain shit that you don't gotta explain. Like I get what you. I'm
Yeah.
not saying you're wrong. I'm not saying you're wrong at all.
Mhm.
But I'm just saying there's certain people
Bullshit.
like if you meet some and sometimes Hennessy is involved and whatever the case may be, and you're out, and that's a different animal. But like you
Yeah.
just go with somebody, whatever, and for some reason, and women will tell you this all the time. You'll be with somebody for years, and they go on and out, try to be frisky for one night, get with someone else, and they're like, "Oh my god." Then they're looking at the nigga they were with for fucking years, like, I fucking hate you. Like, you wasted my whole fucking time when niggas could have been doing this. This nigga was spelling coconut on my clitoris. Like, this nigga was doing all this shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, they get exposed to a whole world,
Because
and they're on these people do have sexual energies. It's just how it is. You know what I'm saying? Put it this way, getting to learn somebody. I've been in relationships with somebody for over like 5, 6 years. At the same time, there's a girl that I met for one night, and my nigga, she is the GOAT. She is the sucking dicking master of all fucking time, whatever. And I just met her off there, and I still have not found this bitch to this day. She just came and went out of the blue and was not from the state, bruh. I would have been
Yeah,
singing like the
stop.
nigga and coming back to America.
He needs to
Like,
get it.
she is my queen. Like,
He needs
listen,
to
I
get
went to Provost that night. Yo, I'm trying to tell you. And that was off of one time. And nobody not never sucked my dick like this type, you know what I'm saying? Or whatever. And she, you mean she could have lived in Mass as opposed to me out here in Rhode Island or whatever, while somebody I was with forever. And I'm here, like, let's do it to do it because it's just what we do. You know what I'm saying?
I do
Better
agree
than
to a certain
Provost.
point with Lamar. There's some people just like a natural chemistry that you may have with somebody, almost like you click with somebody, as if you might have like you felt like you might have met like you might have met them in a past life at some point. Like the way that you guys just like between the way that you guys just click, right? There's certain sexual energy that just matches, but not everybody's like that. I have ran into female. I have run into some girls where like she matched my sexual energy,
Mm.
and I didn't teach her anything. We just naturally like you know what I mean, we just collided like that, and it was just like the universe or whatever, the way that we vibe. It was like we was meant to be together. You know what I mean? Like we was meant to fuck. But not everyone has that. Not you're not gonna not every person that you meet is gonna have that match like you.
And
So those
sometimes
are
it's
the
not just
people
the
that you
sex
have to
neither.
teach.
They just match you energy wise. It's not even about
Anything or whatever.
sex.
Those are the people that you got to teach. Those are the ones who don't naturally. Like I said, it is rare though. Like out of if you can fuck 50
Someone
girls,
asked if she sucked the curry.
oh shit.
Listen,
If
I
you
need
fuck
new
50
friends, man.
girls,
I
yeah,
need new
if you
friends.
fuck like if you fuck like if you fuck 50 girls, you may run into like three of them where you don't have to tell them shit. You guys just naturally like bond together. I mean, the sexual
Hmm.
energies are there. That's 3 out of 50. That means there's 47 that you're having a conversation with about what you like that the other three got naturally. But that's just how it is.
Yeah.
We can't just go based off of like, oh, she's just gonna know because, like I said, that's just rare. I haven't. I had one. I haven't found another since then.
It's
I
the
have
thing.
never.
Let me let me
It's,
let me ask you this, right? Have- Everybody had like you had a roster.
Who?
You had a
Had a
starting
what?
five.
Who?
Any of y'all.
Oh shit.
Who?
Oh wow.
What she was saying is like who? Like you asking that nigga, right?
Wow. And she tighten up the hoodie too.
It's like- She's like, I'm gonna punch this nigga when I see you ever had a roster.
Oh, that's okay.
You
Listen, we're
won't
not counting
listen. I'll
bodies.
tell you
Hey,
right now.
Lamar
You
cares
won't
about
get me to
bodies.
admit shit
Huh?
about my sex life.
He said what?
He ain't good about to get me to admit shit about my sex life right now.
Speak what you feel like speaking.
Have a take a shot, yo. Have a take a shot.
Yeah, take a
Should be all
shot.
right.
Take a shot. It's like 1 o'clock in the morning.
Exactly.
That's all right. I got my
There
drink.
ain't nothing new. Anyway, nah. I'm saying like, yeah, you ever had a roster?
Yeah. I never had a starting five.
You know,
Had a starting five.
Lamar, I'm blocked
I'm
from a
not
few
gonna,
people.
I'm
I
not gonna,
can't see who's actually watching this live, so I'm gonna shut the fuck up.
all right. What-
yeah, I get, no, I'm not the type to, I'm never gonna lie on my dick and be like, yo, I had a starting five and then I had like coming off the bench. Nah, I usually have, I may have like one, two, maybe three that I'm like, that I talk to, but I never had like a starting five like that. Nah.
Nah, All right, so let
Too
me.
busy.
Hard
Way
to.
too,
That's why he
I,
asking.
I'm way too busy. Like I'm. Oh, you know me. I'm always at work. I can't. I
Mm-hmm.
can't manage that.
I want to ask this question. I'm trying to see if someone could join, and I'm gonna ask this question because I feel like some people need
Yeah,
like grown people shit.
yeah, Georgia. It's 2022. Liberate yourself.
Yeah,
Get
all
it
that
in.
shit, whatever, right?
Just be safe. Wear a condom. Wear a jimmy. That's all I ask.
Wait, so what you want to call you? You want to say Cali? What you want me to say?
You said
Huh?
what?
What do you want me to call you on here? I don't even know.
Oh, I don't give a fuck what you call me. I don't give a fuck what you
Extra,
call me. You call me
extra.
extra. You call me the devil. You call me crazy.
It
Yeah, I got
doesn't
a
even
name for
matter
you.
because like people don't look up her Facebook name anyway. So
Yeah.
unless she use her real face,
No,
unless she
that's my
use
real
her real.
name. My Facebook name's my real name.
So let me ask both of y'all this, right? Should single people
Mhm.
disclose
Why you elaborate on the single?
single part exactly because we all single, right?
I'm single.
Simple.
I'm single as fuck. Single
All
as
right.
Oh
fuck.
shit! Emphasize on the fuck.
As
Yeah,
fuck.
yeah. If I knew how to say it like that, I would say the same shit, right? Should they disclose if they
That means
have other people?
Should be what?
If
go
should
ahead.
single people disclose if they have other people?
I feel like it should be a conversation about like if you fucking other bitches raw, yeah. Like I definitely want to know like because condoms don't protect you from everything.
No, no.
So
No.
I definitely need to know what you doing before I let you in here because that mouth, I don't know what that mouth was. I don't know what that mouth was, and I don't know if you use a condom with all your bitches, and I don't know what they got.
Yeah, and you don't know who they fucking. You don't know who they fucking, and then you don't know who they fucking with. And then this is how we get a
And like I
fucking
said,
whole Kennedy
and
Plaza full of
and dudes,
fucking chlamydias and
it's not even just
everything
from
else out
fucking
there.
raw. Like I said, yeah, like dudes be putting their not all, but dudes be putting their mouths on just about anything and everything, or letting girls just suck their dick all willy nilly. You don't know what they got, so I don't want you to pass that shit down my way.
All right. So fair
Yo,
enough, right?
No,
So fair
check
enough.
this
Let me
out.
ask you
Real
this,
quick.
Timmy. Let me ask you this, Timmy. Let me ask you this, right? If somebody you're dealing with was fucking with somebody of their past, but not during, before you, are you demanding details of that situation, or their past is their past?
I don't give a fuck.
You know, fuck.
I don't give a fuck.
So
why is everybody so what like?
Listen,
because yeah,
everyone got a
because
pass.
people get caught up. Because here's the thing,
Everyone
right?
got a pass that they're
But
not. That they're
actually,
not.
hold on, wait. Actually,
Because no,
elaborate on
because
what you're
people will
talking
fuck
about.
with one person, right? And then they will have a fallout, right? They will have a fallout. Then they get with the next person, they start fucking with, and the person they had the fallout previous is trying to get back up in the mix, right? So at that
All I
point,
need to know
Like,
at
are
that
you
is
point,
ask? Like,
did he
not
are
have
you
a
sleeping,
asking
gun?
not
like?
sleeping
Can
around, not
he
sleeping
throw hands?
around. I'm talking about
And
from
if he doesn't have
previous
a
to
gun, he
after.
can't throw hands. I don't give a fuck. My life is not in danger. Just let me know if the last nigga that you dealt with. Let me know if this nigga's crazy as fuck. Let me know if he's crazy as fuck and he just got out of jail and this motherfucker got a gun and all.
Or
Let me
should
know,
be in
please.
jail.
Please let me know. Or yeah, or should be in jail. Let me know so
I gotta
I can
warn
get the right
everybody.
protection.
If you see me out and you see a big dude coming, yo, just we out. We out this way. We
Yeah,
gonna sneak out the back
yeah,
door.
let me know because I'm not gonna be walking like everything sweet and then some fucking 6'5" motherfucker come in. Wow,
Like I'm
I
single.
don't
Like
know
I'm
why.
single, but I'm also single where you still gotta bring your Glock when we go out in public in certain places.
Oh yeah, I
Yeah.
can't date you. I can't. Yo, that's too much. That's yo, that's too much pressure. Nah, if I gotta
This
Well,
shoot
is
somebody
and
to
this is
be
why
with
I'm gonna be
you,
single for a
I got,
while. I'm gonna be single
I
for
gotta
this. I'm
shoot.
gonna be single for a little bit longer. I'm gonna be single for a little bit longer.
You better, hey, you gotta be like, yo, listen, I'm
that
waiting
No,
for
I'm
this.
single.
I gotta wait
I'm
for this
single. He's
situation. I gotta wait for
he's
my ex to
crazy.
get locked up. Yeah, but you gotta let him. I gotta wait for my ex to get locked up, and then I can get with you, so that we can beat it, so that he doesn't pop up.
all right.
That's it.
So leaving sex out of it, right? Let's say you was with somebody and you supported them fully.
I feel like Lamar, I feel like you coming for next right now. So choose the next sentences carefully. I feel like you coming for next. Choose your next sentences carefully.
I'm gonna switch it up.
There you go. There you go. There you
Because if
go.
I said what I was gonna say, she probably would have jumped through the TV screen and smacked me. So let me.
There you go.
She's still, you know what? Fuck it.
She had red dot on her forehead.
I'm an asshole anyway, so I'm gonna.
Oh shit, it really did too.
So
Yeah,
right.
red dot.
So let me ask you, right? You get to talking to somebody new. You're just starting out with them, right? And all they do is bring up their ex 24/7 and how that person did them wrong, and they supported them and all the stuff, and they're scoring now and all that shit, right? And they did the most for that person. So therefore, they're letting you off rip that they ain't doing shit for a motherfucker ever again, or
Lamar,
for a
just
chick
say what the
ever
fuck it
again.
really is, bro. Just say what the fuck it really is right now, bro.
It's not a situation. That's not a situation.
No, it's a universal situation. I've been there. I've been there myself. So that's why I'm asking.
Say what it really is, bro.
No.
Yeah, I'm just saying. Like,
But
there's
do you feel
no
as if like you can't move forward with that person because they're bringing past shit into a new situation, or or you didn't even get a fair chance because of what somebody else did?
I mean, at the same time, the female should be taking the time to heal from that.
All right, don't see. This is what's fucked up about the dating game. Too many of you motherfuckers out there, and I meet a lot of girls.
No, seriously, she's jumping on
who
that
have
table.
not. And there's men too. I'm not gonna say just. I'm not gonna say
I'm
girls.
fuck
There's
you up
men.
later, Lamar. I got you though.
Oh shit! I felt like there's a lot of subliminals in the background that none of us will ever know about.
That was an entire subliminal. That was an entire shot at me. A whole fucking shot.
Wow.
He tried. Yo, you really just tried. Sir, say what the fuck it really is. So what? I'm a little damaged. I'm a little traumatized. And right now, I sure the hell will not do for another nigga right now. I'm not girlfriend material, and I'm gonna stay not girlfriend material for a very long fucking time.
That's right, and that's the point I was making. Too many motherfuckers in the dating game have not healed from their last situation, but they're so quick to jump into another. You know what I mean? And then what they do is it's almost like they got shot or they got injured in their last relationship and they're bleeding on the next relationship. You know what I mean? And this person has to endure all this, you know what I mean? All this extra shit that comes along with being bled on. And we're supposed to sit there and be like, oh, you know, I understand. Like, no, I'd rather you just tell me like, yo, I'm not ready to date because I'm healing. I will respect you 1,000%.
100%.
I'll tell you right now though, I definitely made that mistake before. Definitely made that mistake where I just kept moving forward. I didn't take no time. I was
Everybody
like,
has,
fuck it.
because everybody's trying to fill
out of mind, don't give a fuck. I'll heal in hell. Bye.
Everybody's trying to fill a missing void. You know what I'm saying? They might go crazy and might go like jump on top of a car or something, trying to like find out whatever.
Comments. I see some of them. They going fast though. Yeah, I see the comments. They just going fast.
Yeah.
I see them.
They go too fast. Like
I see some familiar faces. I know they're gonna be like, Timmy, you tripping.
You're not invisible, baby. I see you. You guys are just typing kind of fast. They disappear after. Yeah.
Everybody's trying to get to piece it. If you really want to get your piece in, you would join in this live. That's all I gotta say.
What's up?
You know what I mean?
I see a couple of people. I seen a couple of my people in here. Yo, join up because these are conversations we have anyways.
Real
when
shit.
We both been kicking the shit. So join in.
So let me ask both of y'all, right? You go through the shit, and you need your time to heal and all that stuff, right? But at the same time, a person has needs, right? And ain't nobody trying to live for Pornhub or that Super Rose toy or whatever you mean for the bullshit. For the meantime, whatever. Do you just put yourself out there and let everybody know that, like, listen, I'm only about this right now because mentally I am not ready? Or do you just avoid people completely until you're ready to give somebody a real chance.
You don't gotta avoid nobody, but like if you tell somebody off rip, like, listen, we vibing, I fucks with you, but I'm just not ready to take that next step. So if you want to move forward with somebody else, forward. If you want to wait, then wait.
Mm-hmm.
Like
But
just
this
be
is the thing.
like tell them straight up, like, yo, like I'm just not ready for that, for that much commitment yet. But if you're ready and you feel like you can find it somewhere else, then you are free to go somewhere else.
See
But
what
this is
happened is,
this
go ahead,
is a
Sydney.
problem though.
Huh?
Like real quick, this is the problem though.
Mhm.
We like if you're fucking with somebody, right? If you say I'm not ready to be in a relationship, but I'll still fuck with you. You know what I mean? We do our thing, whatever on the side, whatever. Well, and if you're still traumatized, what happened is part of your trauma is lashing on to stuff that makes you feel good. So what happened is you start to think like, all right, at first it's just I'm just fucking this person, whatever. But then because you're not healed from your last situation and you're traumatized from that last situation, you start to think like, oh, I'm healed. I should get with this person because this person is making me feel good. But it's really not that. You're just latching on because you know what I mean. The person is there. It's just you know what I mean. Like I don't know how to explain it, but you're not really
That's where you gotta
like your
choose.
mind
You
like your
gotta
mind will play tricks on you like yo I think I'm over this and I'm ready to really start dating this person and then you realize a year into the relationship like oh I wasn't healed I was just tricked in the moment because this
Nah, no
person was
bullshit.
there
That's
and made
literally
me feel.
what I just went through with my ex. No bullshit. No bullshit. That's what I just went through with my ex. Like I thought I was
Gotta
all
be
cool,
careful.
calm, collected. And then like once he started doing shit that like triggered like what I was originally traumatized from, I changed. Like whole flip. Like I was no more good. I was no more good because I'm like, bro, like this ain't it. This ain't it.
That person you like oh he felt you know what I mean he was he was there. Sorry, yo. What's good? Oh, he got the handy. Let's go.
Oh, you know
Get it
what?
popping.
It's
But yeah,
it's like that.
but he was
Hold on.
Nah, it
there.
really does.
I'm
Like
Yo,
gonna
I
fuck up
really
Like
with
he
you.
have
was
bad
Hold
there
on.
and he
PTSD. Like
felt good.
I have wicked bad relationship PTSD. And I'll be thinking I'm fine. And then like somebody will do something. I'm like, no, I'm no more good. That's why this time around, I'm not girlfriend material. I don't want to be anybody's girlfriend right now. If we
Yeah,
talk, we
yeah.
talk. Like, and the dating scene, I think, is so dead now. Like, everybody talks for a day, and next thing you know, you my girlfriend. Like, no, like, you take me out at least on 3 dates. Can I see if I like the dick first? Can I see if I like you? Do you sleep with your socks on? Because if you sleep with your socks on, I don't think I could trust you. Like, can I see what you're like?
Well,
Can I see what you're
see,
like?
wait,
listen,
Look how
I have
look at how
why
serious it's
socks?
about to get.
yeah,
You said
we
what?
Cheers,
all
My nigga.
do
Wait
that.
a minute,
Cheers,
hold
you
up,
gotta get right too.
hold up,
You gotta get right too.
why, if you wear socks, you can't trust somebody?
Because who
What's
the
up with
fuck
that?
breathe? Who the fuck can breathe in socks in bed? Who sleeps with their freaking
You
socks on?
don't
You are
breathe. You
You're a
dead.
breathe through your
terrorist.
nose. You don't breathe through your
You're a
socks.
terrorist. First of all, if you fuck with your socks on or sleep with your socks on, you're a terrorist. I don't care.
Wait, whoa,
I
whoa,
can't
whoa.
breathe.
What?
I can't breathe with my socks on.
Whoa,
Listen,
hold up.
listen.
First of all,
I have bad
if a
blood.
nigga
Like, I
shows
get
up
Cody.
with his
I
with some
get Cody. I
if a
got
nigga
bad
shows up with
blood
some Sky
circulation.
Zone socks, that means he's a good father and he's about to throw that shit in serious because he needs the grip for fucking all that back shots. So what the fuck? Niggas need the socks. I don't care.
Yeah, that
I've done it.
that fucking
I've done it.
that Sky Zone fucking
The
sock
grippy shits on the
on the
bottom,
bed for
nigga.
the
You
grip.
be your feet
Come
on the wall,
on,
nigga.
come on,
Blah
yo,
blah blah.
come on,
It's important.
Listen,
come on.
I
See,
can't breathe.
you got,
I can't breathe with socks on. But it's just the principle. Like I feel like the dating scene is just so dead. Like everybody gets into a relationship after like the first date. And they say, "Oh, that's my man." Like, no, it's not. It's not.
no,
That's like 6 other bitches men right now. That's
no,
like
but
6 other bitches men right now.
At the same time,
that hurt
at the same
people
time,
trying to compensate
people
for them being hurt, but
at
being
the
in a
same time,
relationship.
women out here are going on dates with men left and right. And what happened is that niggas are going on a date and then realizing that she ain't shit. That's a couple bucks down the drain. Then a date with the next bitch, she ain't shit. That's a couple bucks down the drain. So if he's really into
Why
you,
I
he's
don't
taking
do
you on a
that?
date and he'd rather settle down with you instead of just saying, well, oh, it's just a date and on to the next or you on to the next. If the nigga's date, he's really trying to like view it as something
I still
because she's
think the
not trying
best.
to
I
be
still think the
four bucks
best
down the
first date
drain for
is
every single
chilling.
bitch.
Is chilling on my couch. I still think the best first date would be chilling on either mine or your couch, actually getting to know each other.
I definitely
There's
agree
nothing
with
against
that.
that. There's nothing
We
against
can
that.
A
order
neutral,
we can order
a
tacos. We can
neutral,
Hallelujah.
watch Netflix. We ain't gotta do shit but really
Hallelujah.
a
talk about each
neutral,
other's lives.
a neutral place where
All right,
there's
but there's
no
bitches that
expectation.
are
Hold on,
typically
Lamar.
against
Hold
that.
on,
I,
Lamar.
Oh
Hold
my
on,
bad,
Lamar.
I
my
get
my.
called cheap for this.
A neutral place where two people can get to know each other with no expectation, where everybody's like, oh my
No
god, I gotta pay this,
filters.
I gotta, yeah, no filters. Like you can just be yourself, you can talk, you don't gotta worry about a waiter or waitress or any of that
And people
nonsense.
think
Who's
I'm weird.
gonna
They're like,
pay
"Oh, you be
this and
having
that?
all them niggas in your crib." Like, first of all, it's not all them niggas. But
Well,
yeah, if I'm talking to you, like we're texting back and forth, and there's a vibe, and I'm like, "Yo, come through. Like, I'm cooking dinner. Why don't you come through? We can talk."
eh,
As opposed
Bless
as
you.
eh.
God
because
bless you.
what if you come over? What if we go? What if we go
Listen,
out to the restaurant? Like you said, you spend $100 on dinner or however much, and we find out we really don't
listen,
fuck with each other. We don't
listen.
like each other.
If you tell me
Yo,
come
I
through to
fucks with
your
her.
crib
I fucks
and you
with
cook me
her.
dinner,
I get called cheap for this shit.
if you tell me to come through and you
I
cook me
fuck with
dinner,
her.
bitch, I love you. I'm eating your pussy. Like what the fuck? Like
But
that
why
shit
does a
don't
woman
happen
come for
often. That's rare.
that? Why I gotta
I
come for
love you. You know
that?
what I mean? Like what
Yo,
the fuck? That's
no
just rare.
bullshit.
But I
The
feel like,
reason why I said
but
that
I feel like
because
there's no expectations. Yo, if I
Steve
invite you over,
Harvey,
right, and I'm like, yo, bring a blunt,
Steve
bring a
Harvey,
bottle, whatever.
and
I cook. You didn't
Steve.
pay for nothing. I don't have to give you no pussy. I ain't gotta give you no motherfucking pussy because you ain't take me out nowhere. We
No,
sat on
Mm.
my motherfucking couch, we watched my motherfucking TV, and we ate
you
my
invited me
motherfucking
over.
food. I ain't gotta give you shit for that
You
night.
invited me over. Steve Harvey and Kevin
So,
Samuel said
and I can
that
kick your ass
women
out
should
too.
not be going on dinner dates and going out after dinner time. They should be, if they want to get to know somebody, they should be going during that lunchtime to get to know somebody, getting coffee,
Why?
whatever. Because
Yo,
after
Steve
dinner date
Harvey
is
don't know
because
I
shit.
work
Kevin
during
Samuel
Steve
said
lunchtime.
it too.
Harvey don't fucking know
Because
shit.
the man is
Kevin,
going to expect what after certain hours? Where's the
That's
lie?
not true. That just means you're a horn dog and you really only came over here for one thing because that's how you was looking at me. If you really coming over here to get to know me, you gonna
No,
sit on this damn couch and
it's
you
how
gonna
you
talk to me and get
present
to know me.
yourself. Because a nigga could think that with one bitch and not think that with another. So it's how you present yourself.
Right. So that brings me back to what I just said. That if you come, it doesn't matter what time I invite you over. If I invite you over at 9 o'clock after my
Bro,
kids go to bed,
this
then
is
I
literally
invite
a
you over
meme
at
I
9 o'clock
posted
when
a
my
couple
kids
weeks
go to
ago. I
bed
know
because that's
y'all
when my
seen
kids
it.
motherfucker go
If
to
you
bed and that's
invite
when I
me
got some free
over
time.
past fucking 11 o'clock, don't play no games. Come on, man. Am I
You
wrong for
Uh,
that?
childish. You
I,
childish.
I
Am I
don't
wrong
agree
for
with.
that?
I don't agree with
wait,
that.
what?
I don't
Say
agree
that
with.
again?
I
If a
don't
chick
agree with
invites
that.
you over her crib
No, I don't agree with that.
after club
I don't
hours,
agree.
That's you
I
being
don't.
a horn
I don't
dog.
agree with that. I
that's
don't
on a
agree
nigga.
with
Get
that.
with my dick.
I don't.
Timmy, if a chick invites you over the crib after the club, what are you thinking? Keep it
That's
a
after
buck.
the club. You talking about after the
It
club, bro?
goes
That's after
down.
the club. If
So,
I
Baby,
even
all right. So what hour?
goes
What hour?
She
What
saying,
hour?
down.
What hour
Lamar.
determines
She's
it?
Goes
saying,
What do you
Lamar.
call hours?
Lamar.
It's a
What
real
she's
thing.
saying is,
What do you
take
call
the
I'm
hours?
fan
It's
out
a
once
real
my
traumatized.
thing.
babies go to sleep, you can come over.
Lamar. What she's saying is that if she decides that she wants to invite you over to cook and get to know each other in a place where you both feel
I get what
comfortable.
she's saying. I'm just being difficult
You know what I
because
mean?
I'm saying
But
if
but
bitches don't cook for me.
yeah, but okay. So you can say
Because
that.
we know
That's
what you want, Lamar. We know what time you want to come over.
Oh
What
It
you
shit.
ain't
mean?
dinner time hours.
Ain't
Oh
nobody.
shit.
I need another beer, yo. I need another beer.
First of all, I work dinner time
I know.
hours.
They're like going.
Timmy knows
This is why
this.
I don't have my.
That's why I
This is
brought
why I
this
don't have
shit
my
out.
friends
That's
on
why I
this
brought.
fucking live because
Listen,
yeah, yeah,
No, I
I'd
understand
yeah,
what
rather chill with somebody
yeah.
during the day
I
because I'm
understand what
always
you're
working at night. Y'all
saying. I
know
Yeah,
this.
but
understand what you're
I work during the day and I got kids during the day. So the best time to come talk to me is once my kids are asleep.
I
Or when they're in
understand
school
because I understand what
When
you're
they
saying.
in school,
But
I'm working.
on
I
your day
understand.
off.
I understand what you're saying because at the end of the day, what she's trying to say is that she's trying to create an environment where somebody can come through,
I'm just trying to act
talk,
like how niggas
get
talk.
to,
Just
get to know
I'm
her,
listening though.
where somebody could come through, get to know her, and there be no pressure on either party. That's what she's saying.
Okay, so
And
Jippy, let me ask you this, right? If somebody asks you, your opinion,
Who opinion?
Jeppy's,
Oh, I'm
What
sorry.
what is a ideal quality woman in your eyes, and how the initial approach would occur?
That's a very
And
that varies. That's a question that varies. Because chicks are different, approaches are gonna be different, and also too, it
your
depends.
opinion.
You know how they say styles make fights? You know how they say styles make fights? Well, I feel that the same goes with approaching females because I'm one of those people. I can tell you right now, if I'm looking at a female, first of all, I'm very observant. I'm a freaking Pisces. You know what I mean? I sit and watch people.
Ew.
Oh, stop it! You
Oh,
stop it!
shit.
I hate
You
Pisces.
stop.
See,
Well,
You a,
guess what?
Shit.
you a March Pisces?
Guess what? God bless you. Okay,
Are you
God
a March Pisces?
my yes, I am a March Pisces.
Yo, that's his Christian way of saying "fuck you."
that's it.
And guess
By the
what,
way,
sweet?
when a motherfucker say
And
"God
guess what,
bless you," that's his Christian way of saying "fuck
And
you."
guess what, sweetheart? Lamar will tell you I'm probably one of the nicest men you'll ever meet. So guess what? You can hate me now, but I won't stop now. Okay.
Oh no.
Any anyway, so at the end of the day, it's gonna vary because, for example, Lamar may approach a chick differently from how I approach a chick.
That's what
You
I'm
know what I
asking
mean?
your opinion.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is that it depends on the person. Like for example, me, I'm very observant. I sit and I watch people. I see how women approach certain men. Like if a man is trying to holler at you, and then you're like, "Nah, get the hell away from me," and then I'm like, "Oh boy," I'm like, I'd be paying attention because that lets me know maybe she's somebody you might now want to holler at because the way that she approached the dude, especially if she gets loud or whatever, I may not want to get involved with somebody like that. But she may also be very nice and be like, no, thank you, and move forward. Then I'm like, oh, okay, she's got manners, she's got class, you know what I mean? She can be approached, and if she don't fuck with you or if she don't want to mess with you, then she's not gonna put you on blast because a lot of women like to put dudes on blast.
I don't think there's a reason to
You
ever be.
you're drifting from the question though. What is your ideal quality woman though?
but
Your ideal. I don't want to know about nothing about
but
everybody
my
else.
but my ideal will vary, bro, because there's no such thing as ideal. There is no such thing as ideal.
Yes, there is.
No, there is not because you're 80-20 rule, bro. You're never gonna get 100% of what you want, even in
It doesn't
ideal.
have to be. It's a direction. It's not about 100%. It's not about a bullseye. It's about
Okay,
a direct thing. You know
so,
what you don't want.
so the question is, what was
You
the question?
you don't
Let me
you
answer.
know what you don't want, right?
Yeah, but that's not
You know
true either
what
because
you
yo,
don't want
there's
in a nigga,
there's
right?
people. Yeah, but there's dudes that like I've dealt with that like I'll put up a certain shit because at least 80% of who they are is what I want. That there's a small portion of them of shit that I wouldn't deal with from any other dude, but
Do you know
because
what you
like
don't
half
want?
of them is like
Yeah, an 80 to 20 is a great ratio.
Yeah.
By the way,
I mean, that's
awesome ratio.
like I'll tell you right now.
Like,
I'll tell you right now.
let's be
There's one thing
real.
That's still
about
But
me
then
that
surefire in
nobody
like
one
wins
50,
direction.
because I'm
50,
still a
like,
great woman.
That's still surefire in
hey,
one direction. So,
yo,
but the
we're
thing is,
dealing with 60,
Timmy, you know
40
what the
right
bitch you don't want, right? You know the bitch that you don't want.
now. Yeah.
All
yeah,
right.
but I think the thing is that you see
We
qualities.
settle for
There
60-40.
there
So
there are qualities that you don't want in a partner. I think that's more what you should
So
focus on.
when
Like
you have an ideal situation of a quality woman, whatever, those qualities that you don't want are not a part of it. Correct?
exactly,
All right.
exactly.
So
But
when
there
I
are
ask you what is your ideal quality woman, is what is the opposite of all that you don't want.
Okay, so in that case, if you want me to answer that question, then you want somebody, first of all, who has integrity. I always say the biggest thing
Okay.
with relationship is integrity because people will tell you, oh, she got to look good, she got to this, she got to that, she got to have a fat ass, she got to have big titties, whatever.
No,
That's all that shit is secondary, bro. All that shit is secondary because at the end of the day, if somebody don't got integrity, I don't care how bad she is, I don't care what that mouth do or anything does, if she ain't somebody with integrity, you might as well just kick her to the curb right away because you're gonna end up in a situation
I
that
mean, if her mouth is that good, you might not kick her right away.
yes you will because
yes, the
guess
fuck
I'm
what?
what?
We
fucking with you.
will.
I'm fucking with you. I'm fucking with
Yes,
you. I'm
the
Yes
fucking
you
with
fuck
you.
will
we
because
will.
whatever she's
Look,
doing
look.
with
Selling
you, whatever that mouth
2022.
doing
We
for
ain't
you,
dealing
she's
with
doing it
chicks
with
without
somebody else
I'm
integrity.
too.
fucking
Yes,
with
the
you.
You ain't
fuck
doing
we
that.
will.
I'm fucking with you. I'm fucking with you.
So there's that. There's that. You need somebody who who don't make you look crazy in these streets. Because one of the things that a lot of dudes don't realize, and you guys were talking about this earlier, but I don't think you really touched on it, is that yes, people have past and people have messy past, right?
Mhm.
But the problem is that people create their own dramas.
Yeah.
People create their own dramas because, for example, I'm gonna use you, Lamar, because since you're the person who
Because
everybody
I'm an
loves.
easy target always. Because
But for
You got
example,
to.
you got people who say things about you, and I've always told you as a friend, I'm like, yo, a lot of times these people keep your name in their mouth because they have unresolved issues. It's unresolved issues because if they really didn't care anymore, they wouldn't talk about you. You know what I'm saying? They wouldn't talk about you. You know, my thing is that you need
see,
to be
my
with
cousin, that's why we family, Lorente. Go ahead. Appreciate. Go ahead. I'm listening.
my thing is that you need to have somebody who doesn't make you look crazy in these streets, and that goes for men and women, because dudes
So
Yeah, but
dudes
that's borderline not
all
fair.
we want, yo. That's all, yo.
That's
That's
borderline
Go
what.
ahead.
not fair
Say
for
what you
some
gotta say.
women.
Because I
whoa
feel
whoa
like I
whoa
already know
whoa
what you're
whoa
gonna
whoa
say.
whoa 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 why is that not fair for women?
From personal experience, because of my past and what I did in my past, like my ex nonstop heard like all types of rumors and stories, and none of them are true. But because that's what he heard about me, and that's what came out of people's mouth. His I will quote it. He said, "Perception is reality." He heard it from somebody else's mouth first. So
Yeah.
because that's what
Right.
he heard about me, automatically I have him looking crazy.
This is
He's
something I was
embarrassed.
trying to tell Jeffy, because like when it
That's
comes
some
to
fucking
those
shit.
He's
matters
embarrassed,
That's some
in
even
this
fucking
though the
shit,
shit.
story's fucking
it's
true.
not
You can't
about
go based off of what someone else has
unresolved
said.
shit
That's the
or
fucking hate
you know what
crime.
I mean, thing, whatever. People just talk to talk.
Like,
And
let's just put it out there. I was a stripper. I used to be a stripper, but because of that, I used to go out a lot. So all you hear about me is, oh, she be outside. Oh, I heard about her. Oh, she sold pussy. Oh, she was a stripper. First of all, I didn't sell no motherfucking pussy. That's A. B, I had a man my entire strip career. That's two. Three, just because you see me out doesn't mean I was outside. It just means that's just what I was in my early 20s.
Let me
Like,
tell
why
you
are we still talking about me in my
let,
early
let me
20s?
something. This goes back to what I said earlier in the chat, and Lamar kind of shed light on it. The thing is that people want to be down. You know what I mean when I say want to be down? Like they want to be able to say something to somebody to seem like, oh, I know what's going on. I'm hip. I'm with it. People will say things like that just to stay relevant, right?
Instead of backing your person up. Like if I hear a story about my ex, like any of my or any dude I'm with, that sounds like a you and them problem. That don't sound like a us problem. That sounds like that's what he did before me. Anything he fucks with Big Dog now. I don't give a fuck what he did 2 weeks ago. He fucks with me now.
Yeah,
But some men can't deal. Some men can't take that when it comes to women.
and
Some men can't take that. It's
and
I heard you was a hoe. Oh, niggas know you. Oh, nigga, I heard about you. Like what? What?
everybody got
so
a
why is it,
pass.
let me ask you this. Why is that insecure one way? Why is it insecure when a nigga says that about a girl, but when women say that about a man, it's not insecurity?
It's they're both
Because women, we really don't give a fuck. Some
no,
women
that's
really
not
don't.
true. That is not
You're
true.
a
Hold on.
lie.
First
You
of
a
all, I
lie.
said some women don't.
Yeah, I'm
Some
not
women
You're
don't
a
hearing
give
that.
a
lie.
fuck. Some
I'm
women
not
don't give
hearing.
a fuck.
All right, you know what? I'm gonna give you the perfect example, and Lamar, you can attest to this.
I said
You can
some.
attest
I
to this.
said some women don't give a fuck.
No. Here's why. Lamar, do you remember? Let's say right before the pandemic, when we used to have get-togethers and stuff, and people would hang out.
Why are you doing
Nobody,
this, Jeffy?
nobody knows me like that, do they? But a certain someone got pregnant, and remember what you told me?
Ooh.
Go
Damn,
go
I
ahead.
forgot all about that.
Yeah, you forgot all about that. Go ahead. Tell our friend about what people like to say about people. I'm somebody who ain't even outside like that. And all of a sudden Lamar comes to me and goes, yo, bruh, people are saying you got a kid out here. What's up? And I said, excuse me? I got a child out here?
Oh shit.
Okay. And guess what? There were people who were like, yo, I didn't think he was like that. I didn't think he was like that. Why is Jeppy like that? And I said, first of all, don't talk about me. You don't know me like that. I said, the thing that set me apart from that was that when Lamar said it, I said it straight. I came out and I was like, whoever's saying that that's my child, first of all, it ain't my fucking child, because the person who had the child, I've never been with, I have never been with, and I never will be with. People have insecurities in every way, shape, or form. I don't care who you are, male, female, or any other. Everybody has an insecurity. That's why society is how it is. Why are people going out here doing their bodies and stuff like that? It's because society has built us to expose our insecurities, and this is why people do the things that they do. So when people say, "Oh, there's no insecurities anywhere," miss me with that.
Oh, I have insecurities. Trust me, I have insecurities, but it's definitely not about somebody's past. I don't give two shits about your past unless your past keeps popping up. If your past keeps popping up, I got a problem. Like, I have insecurities with other shit, but it's definitely not about how many bitches you was with. I don't give two fucks. First of all, you're a guy. I expect shit like that out of men.
Why?
Maybe it's a bad. Why? Because that's just how it is nowadays.
But maybe every man ain't like that. How about
I didn't say every man was. I said I just expect it. If you prove me wrong, yo, kudos to you. I fuck with it.
But why should somebody have to prove you wrong is my question.
Because that's just same thing with women. Women always have to prove somebody wrong for some shit.
Who? To who?
Women.
No, it's to people who are insecure. That's what we're talking about.
And a lot of people are insecure. People won't admit it.
I'll tell you right now, nobody got to prove nothing to me.
That's you.
Nothing to me. Because you know why? At the end of the day, I could walk down the street with you and you could have two dudes walk by and talk about, yeah, I used to hit that. And guess what? There could be two girls walking up the other side and goes, damn, that's Jeppy over there. Yeah, he was that dude though.
Like I said, I was just with somebody that you literally you could not tell him you knew me. You could not tell that man you knew me or how you knew me. It was a problem. But there's men like that out here.
That's an insecure ass nigga.
And there's women like that too. Like, yo, like,
with guys like that.
Like I said, there's a lot of insecure people, but insecure for the wrong reasons. Y'all are insecure about somebody's past. Who cares?
Again,
you insecure about what they doing now.
Yeah, Jeppy, this is why I asked. Why is it that insecure for men, but when women do this all day for sport, and then we can't say that y'all insecure for the wrong reasons?
You can say we're insecure. It's all about if the woman wants to admit it or not.
Well, the woman doesn't need to admit it. First of all, sweetie, let me tell you something. Just in the way somebody acts, you can tell an insecurity. Yeah. Insecurity is not what you say. It's in your actions. It's in even your response, your reaction time. You know what I mean? You could
I got insecurities. I'm not afraid to say it. I'm insecure about a lot of shit.
Which I applaud you for. But guess what? Let me tell you something. Think about this. The girl who goes out with her man, right? And her man has cheated on her before, right? But she forgave him. They moved on.
She didn't really forgive him.
He goes out with her. And then what happens? They go to Rosendale on a Thursday night. And then when they go to Rosendale for Thursday night, a shorty who he used to mess with is there. And he is not even in that person's, line of sight. But the chick already walks in, and a girl who's normally a smiley face, beautiful person is now all of a sudden RBF. So you gonna go over there and talk to her? Why? That's it. You're projecting your bullshit onto your man already. If you wasn't ready to forgive this man, don't fucking forgive him.
Who wouldn't admit to eat? Who wouldn't admit to eating pussy in public?
Who?
Who wouldn't admit?
Who? I want to say I just saw it too. Melissa, who wouldn't even admit to eating pussy in public?
Hey, listen, we both said it. We both. I think we all except her, I think we all said that.
Wait, who thinks you're the sport? Yeah, and I'm throwing off too. I play basketball. That's a sport. I don't think women are sport. I mean, there's no sport called
Lamar,
women.
are you looking at me the way I'm looking at you? Because I'm looking at you the way I know you're looking at me.
Oh shit! Someone's in trouble.
I ain't in trouble.
If you're looking, she said it, so I just want her to, say it.
All I know is that
what y'all talking in code? Y'all throwing up gang signs?
Nah, I just know a very long time, and she does this. All right, I just don't know a very, very long time she does this. But Anyway,
Investigating.
Oh boy.
I don't
Oh
know
boy.
shit about
Oh
shit.
boy. Oh boy. Let's continue. Let's continue
yeah,
because
let's just
Yeah, let me
continue.
continue. Let me continue. Anyways, like I was saying.
so now my
Oh,
thing is, and I'm not directing this at you, my friend. I'm really not. So please don't take it that way. But what I'm saying is that some of the things that people are insecure about, I understand. But the thing is that
You're
um
right. So we're not gonna fucking talk about it, Melissa. That's not why the fuck we here. You
Oh
can talk
my
about
god.
my ex somewhere else, my nigga. You
oh
don't need
whoa
to
whoa
bring it up.
whoa whoa
We
Uh,
just
uh,
broke up a month ago. So if you really want to go there with me, right
uh,
now is not the time to do it.
well,
You can hop
okay,
off the line and take
okay,
your old ass to bed.
uh,
all right. So listen,
yeah, we ain't doing
we
that. We ain't doing that. I
doing
already
it.
know.
We're trying to have
we
healthy
trying to
discussion.
we
Guys,
Melissa's
trying
sucking my
yo,
ex-boyfriend's
you
dick.
on here to start shit and all that? You gotta bounce.
Yo, I'm
You
not.
gotta be out. You gotta be out. If you're gonna start shit, you gotta be out. We ain't trying to expose nobody. We're
we're
not trying to. Come
anything like
on, yo.
I don't
We're
know what
fucking
happened. I don't know what happened. I'm gonna leave that safe for that because
that.
that's my friend.
yo.
She
See,
goes there 100. I
yo,
keep her around when bitches want to act up with me because she'll punch a bitch in the face in 2 seconds. That's my homegirl. You know what I'm saying? So that's you know what I'm saying.
gotta have.
Any chick that
Gotta have
come to Rosendale and want to try to get disrespectful with me or
It,
whatever, they will never because she will mop
it,
the
it
floor. That
gotta be it
so
gotta be like that.
I don't know what that's about. But on to the
We're
next
not
man.
we're not trying to we're just trying to have fruitful conversation, man.
Yeah,
It
yeah,
ain't
exactly.
yo. Melissa,
No,
whatever, yo.
we're just gonna keep it
no
going.
no no don't even Timmy.
Chill out.
Timmy,
Chill out. Because
we're
I
just
think
gonna
I
keep
don't
it
know
going.
something going on with her and the other girl. We ain't doing all that. We ain't
Damn,
doing all that. Auntie.
talking
We
about
ain't
going
on
live when live goes
I
wrong.
that.
Yo,
Like, come on.
here's the one thing, right?
Wrong talk shit
Oh,
here.
here's one thing
Wrong
I want
talk.
to talk about. Y'all, oh, I'm getting a phone call right now. Y'all,
That's probably that's good. That's so good. I was on a snack.
I
That
always
was
say
on.
that I feel like when we on here that I'm the one that always asks the questions. You know what I'm saying? And y'all my boys and everything like that. So it's like I'd rather y'all, you know what I'm saying, get into shit, whatever. Bring up whatever
well
question and
it,
stuff. Because I could keep bringing up shit, but
here,
I'd rather
here,
y'all bring up shit.
let me switch the topic a little bit. Let me switch the topic a little bit. And I
Yeah.
want ladies, I want you guys, I want ladies to answer these questions more. Let me ask you guys a question. This is more geared towards the good guy topic because I've been hearing lately that good guys don't exist, or if they do, they're like leprechauns and shit. Like they like it's like shit that people ain't really seen before or whatnot. When that's not true. So my question to women is more, you
Yeah, I
know,
chill. Comments.
why is it that when good men approach women the proper way, we get the shit end of the stick, but a dude could come up to you and be like, yo, what that mouth do? And then, you know what I'm saying? It'll spark up conversations and things like
Mhm.
that
And
because
watch them come here and lie and say that they don't respond to that shit. When I could testify the fact, yes,
Listen,
the fuck they do.
listen. The
I want to
difference between this is the difference. So I'll give you a perfect example. Nick Cannon and Future are the same motherfuckers, but they just approach women in a different way. But they have the same
hold
intentions,
on,
right? So
hold on. Timmy, hold on. Anna wanted wanted me to ask the question again. The question that I asked was to ladies is how come when a good dude, comes at you correctly, hey, how you doing? I saw you from across the room or whatever, any kind of whatever his, flow is, he comes at you properly and, he, you know, comes at you the way that most women say they want to be approached, but then they give that guy the short end of the stick, or they end up, you know, pushing him to the side or whatever the case may be. But then if a guy comes at you and yo, ma, what's good? What that mouth do? Or, what I'm saying? I'm trying to see these cheeks. I'm trying to clap cheeks. And then all of a sudden this sparks conversation. That's what I'm asking about.
it may not,
So,
you know
so
what
you
it
feel
is?
like women respond more to a sexual approach than intellectual one?
No,
Well,
it's not sexual. It's a straight up.
I think
Or
sometimes
direct approach?
it's a straight approach because the reason why I'm asking is because recently I feel like you know, I've seen it and I've even experienced it in one instance where, you know, you could come at somebody with the purest of intentions, but they'll question you. But a dude will come at you, you know, on some bullshit, and you'll be like, oh, okay, you know, I'll mess with it. So I just wanted to ask the ladies what you know, oh, don't, come on, Ren. That's not even the case. Yeah, she's out picking up.
No, this is what this is what this is what I was saying. Like,
She's
so
right in a way. Also, Jesse, she's
you
right in
have
a way.
bad boys, you have what you
Well,
have quote unquote bad boys, right?
but you don't know the background.
You have the quote unquote good guys. They're both approaching girls. They get approached the same type of girl, right? The difference is that the good guy is going to bullshit his way into getting some pussy, and he's going to take that route of playing a role that he really doesn't want to play to try to get the pussy.
Wait, bullshit
A
his way.
bad boy, a bad boy would tell you exactly what he wants. A real he's gonna tell you like, yo, I just wanna fuck. What's up? You know what I mean? And she may be down for that. She may say no, she may be down for it, but if she's down for it, she's gonna respect the guy who came straight out and be like, yo, I just wanna fuck, compared to the guy who's doing all this running around, I'm gonna take you out on dates and I'm gonna give you flowers and all that, knowing that the end result is the same as the other guy. It's just that the other guy, it's just that the nice guy is taking the long route. But
This
Wait,
it's
is
wait.
the
something
same.
I do know. This is something I do know.
Goal
This is something I do know. Women are hornier than men. One, right? Pure facts or whatever. Women do want to be approached correctly and want to be made to feel special, right? And I think a lot of them get annoyed with guys with this approach that seems like a facade. Like they come in with a salesman. I want to take you to the museum. I want to get to know you. And they heard all this before, and they felt like they got burnt by guys saying the same shit or whatever. And this is from like girls that are like sisters to me that tell me shit like this all the time. So they kind of respect the fact of the nigga that's being more direct and then even though the guy could be 100% genuinely just trying to get the woman to know him and get to know her, they're viewing it as on some car sales pitch, like this is another nigga bullshit. So when the nigga comes up to them like, yo, I'm trying to clap them cheeks or whatever like that, she's kind of like, at least this nigga's honest. This is from female friends that tell me this. You know what I'm saying? So that's one aspect of it. Also, again, women out here are horny. You don't know what, even though a guy may approach him with all that shit or whatever, and then some guy comes along on some, I just want to smash, and they make you just go, because women are so hurt and bitter and fed up that you have to really put in the work to break down barriers. So therefore, when a guy just says, I just want to clap cheeks or I just on that, it's easier to deal with this guy where they know what to expect and they could just dismiss the nigga or go about it how they want, as opposed to leaving himself vulnerable to a guy that's really trying to get to know them.
And at the end of the day, he just wants to smash. The end goal is a lot of us would just want to smash, but we a, a, a girl may not feel secure with a man who can't come out and just say what the fuck he wants.
I
If she
just,
say, because in her mind she may think of it as, if he can't tell me, if he's scared to tell me what he really wants or how he wants to go about this, then that tells me that he doesn't have leadership qualities, or he's scared of conflict, of me saying no.
okay.
Compared to a man who just says, this is what it is, she's gonna be like, I'm gonna respect that. Even if she says no, she's gonna respect it, because she's gonna be like, he's not scared, and he's a man about his shit.
Okay, let me ask you guys a question then. Since because Timmy's saying chicks will respect a man more for being honest and whatnot. It's not that good guys ain't honest, because we honest. It's just that we go about things the right way. Timmy, I disagree with you with us bullshitting our way into things, because if you're genuinely interested in somebody and you're trying to figure out, and that's the problem, as one of the females said, is that people don't take the time to know people these days. It's just, oh, you know, let me hit that, or let me just do this, let me do that, and we're not getting to know people, and then we end up in situations where we dealing with bullshit. But
It is,
here's my
but I also explain why. Because people don't want to waste their time anymore because everybody just want to be vulnerable to being in a bullshit situation again. So
but
a
you gotta
lot
be
of women and men, but mostly women, they rather. I'm telling you this. I get told this or whatever. They rather to be left the fuck alone or just deal with a direct approach than anybody trying to genuinely get to know them or whatever and taking time because they don't want to invest time again to be burnt again.
and guess what? They end up getting burnt again because they
No, they
do.
end up living by
No,
themselves with
because
a bunch of
because
cats.
the guy's telling you what it is. You can't burn somebody if you tell them what the truth. You tell them this is what it is, and
Yeah.
then this is
You can't tell them
how you
their
burn
truth or whatever. You know what I mean? Like
it.
that's I'm
You
telling
burn
you.
it when you tell a
No,
lie, or you twist a lie, and then try to get a result.
Yeah.
so let me ask you guys a question then. So going from that now and saying, okay, well, they feel like the honest guy, the guy who comes out and is straightforward about the shit, they are more likely to, to deal with. Let me ask you guys a question. Do you guys think that you will find your wife and have the story telling your kids, so dad, how'd you meet mom? I said, hey, what's with that mouth door? I want to clap these cheeks, and she became
Uncle
wifey.
tells
Is
me
that
that story all the time. And we all laugh about it. The fuck? And we all laugh about it. But all right, so let me give you a better
So I
example,
have
Jeffy,
to
right?
laugh hard.
Let, let me
have a hearty laugh. We're gonna have a hearty laugh and just throw our head back.
listen, Jeffy, let me ask you this, right? So imagine you as a woman, right? And you
That's all I'm saying.
talk to a guy, and this guy does the
Oh,
most, takes you on. Not on some just showing off that he got money. I'm talking about takes you to picnics and walks in a park and showing you his favorite spots is where he was as a kid, and you guys are laughing because you grew up like in the same ice cream together, and you just invested all this time, whatever, and then you guys get in a relationship, right? And this man may not be really up, but he has potential and he has ambition. So you as a woman, being a rider or whatever, do everything to support that man's ambition. And then you help him get off of his feet or whatever a little bit. Then you guys move in together. Then you even have a kid with the nigga or something, or you guys get on a serious tip. Then you showing this nigga off to the world that this is my nigga. At the same time, that nigga that went through and had that same approach that you did is going around and trying to fuck their coworkers, fuck their own family members. At the same time, got another bitch pregnant. While you, as a woman, you are broken, embarrassed, you are a thing, and it's gonna take more than your approach to think. So when another guy comes along and just says, "I just want to fuck," they respect that honesty, and they'll say, "You know what? You come in, I'll deal with you and kick you to the curb, whatever." Because I'm not gonna open my heart again to another man that's just because you just sound like the last nigga.
you can't you you, you,
I,
you can't trick somebody who tells you what
I
it
hear
is.
it all the
If I
time.
tell you, if I tell you, if I wanted to scam you, would I scam you by saying, uh, would I scam you by uh, 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 painting this whole elaborate thing about how what I'm selling you is the best thing you ever had, or would I scam you by saying, "Yo, I'm scamming you. Give me your money"? How would I scam?
I agree. I agree.
I would tell you a dream, right?
I agree.
So
But
if I'm telling
but
you I'm
not
scamming you, you
but
can't
not
be mad that I scammed you because I
but
told you what it is.
So
but not all good dudes are selling you a dream though. Not all good dudes are selling you a dream.
yeah,
That's what I'm trying to.
but what? It's hard for a woman, and men make the wrong choices in women too. But it's hard for a woman.
Absolutely. I'll be the first to tell. Lamar,
Nigga,
you.
we know. You know what I'm
Yes,
saying?
sir.
But
Yes, sir.
it's hard for women to entrust when they mean everything that you are telling them has been told to them before. So that's what I'm saying. And then they did all that stuff for a man. They've got serious in a relationship and all that. So I think everybody at our age now, we don't got time to play. Like we've been burnt, we've been played, we've been lied to, we've been hurt, right? And nobody wants to waste time or invest time again for no reason, right? Nobody wants to take that risk factor. So as much of as a good dude you are, they're ignoring dudes. But at the same time, we're human. We have needs. So if someone just come through and be a fuck and just be that, they're more willing to deal with that as opposed to thing. Now they'll preach on social media that I'm single, ain't dealing with nobody till somebody treats me right. Until do that, and then you have a nigga come along treating them right, and they're ignoring them. You know, and it's like the boy who cried wolf. You know what I'm saying? And so or whatever, and that's becoming more and more the
Baby
norm these
daddy,
days.
that comes up right after that. You be like, really?
You know what I'm saying? Like I seen
Your
a
baby
meme
daddy?
that
Or that post on Facebook? This is your baby daddy? This
there's
the
a
fucking
meme.
SoundCloud rapper?
Yep. There's a meme
So
that
Ah,
just said, praying to God, like, how come you haven't sent me a good man? And he said, I sent you and you friend zoned him. You know what I'm saying? And that's like the norm these days. You know what I'm saying? And it's literally the people being reality. The people that you probably be in the best relationships always end up just being your homeboy or your homegirl. And that's becoming more the norm these days. But you will never cross that line because of the respect for the friendship. And you never want to endanger that. But for some reason, but at the back of your mind, you're like, you know what? This person knows me more than any of these bitches out here would ever know me. You know what I mean? This guy knows me more than any of these niggas would know me. But I would never cross that line. But at the
Lam-
same time, all that getting to know and spending time and deep talks and getting to whatever is always you place them at a friendship because you have that wall set up, that barrier. You know what I'm
Lamar, there's a
saying? So
question.
so
And
we
hold
got a
up,
question
hold
right
on,
here from
Timmy, hold
Anna.
on, Timmy, hold on one second. Question. So Anna said,
That's why I
my
can read
question,
that.
why is it so hard for a male to be honest? Does a man feel like telling the truth isn't going to get them pussy? I don't think that's the truth. I think that it depends on the person and how they look at the situation. For example,
well, men
um,
don't got a lot to get the pussy.
no, they don't. They don't. I don't think men feel like they have to lie to get pussy. I don't think they do,
No,
especially nowadays.
pussy's too easy. Pussy's way
Nowadays,
too easy these days. You don't got a lot to get pussy.
because at the end of the day, if a chick is really down to give it to you at that point in time, all you got to do is say the word like you guys say, like just be like, yo, what's good? And some chicks will come out straightforward and say it, like what's good, what you trying to do, you know what I mean? Like I've seen it, I've experienced it where chick is like, yo, what's really good. Melissa
Especially
as
aggressive as fuck nowadays, yo. No bullshit, yo. They,
Bro,
Melissa asked
what I'm
they're
saying is
raping niggas now. Real talk.
that
Real
I
talk.
don't
Mel-
know what it is about you ladies. Y'all be aggressive as fuck nowadays. I'm like, God damn. I be
Melissa
like,
question
but in
too.
the mic stand like this right here, like, yo, can I get to know you? God damn.
Melissa asked a question too, and I actually would like to hear y'all reaction to this question. And she says, "Why does society try to make a man feel like a cornball for being good to a woman?"
Because at the end of the day,
I didn't no.
a good guy will come to you and you would fucking play him to the left to the point where he's just like, all right, well, that didn't work. So he's either gonna stop talking to females, or he's gonna adjust to the game and realize that he didn't have to be a complete asshole. He's not gonna be like, yo, fuck you, bitch, and all that. But he's gonna have morals, and he's gonna have certain guidelines, and he's gonna not bend those guidelines so much, or break so many of his principles to try to please somebody else. And when he sticks to his guns, at the end of the day, that's what attracts females. It's almost like a dominant, not dominant, but it's like a sense of manhood. The man can say what he's when a man can say what he says and mean it, and not be apologetic about what he said because he meant that shit. That shit turns a girl on. That's the shit that makes her fucking pussy wet. When a man would not back down from the shit that he said. He's not gonna, oh my God, did I offend you? Oh my, no, he's gonna be like, I said it and I said it. And the girl's gonna be like, oh, really? That means she's really gonna be into that. She's not looking for no soft ass nigga. Because
Yeah,
at the end of the day, if she's dealing with a soft ass nigga, it's not gonna take much before somebody else who another man who's gonna stick to his guns is gonna come by and he's gonna take her anyways.
I look at it like this, right? If women knew what a good man was, they would be with them. You know what I'm saying? And then I cannot. There's nothing you or I could convince a woman what a good man is or whatever, and there's nothing that they could convince us of what a good woman is or whatever, because our idea of what a good woman is what our mothers told us. Their idea of what a good man is, if they had their fathers, it should be what their fathers told them what a good man is. You know what I mean? And when we going around and like courting each other and trying to get to know each other and all that stuff, what we say what a good man is not what they're looking for or their ideal image of what a good man is. For instance, Russell Russell Wilson and all these like dudes that we call soft and it's like oh it's corny and stuff like that. He's a good man. If he's a corny nigga, then I want him or whatever. That he's not a corny nigga for being good to a woman. He's being corny nigga being good to what our idea is of was not a good woman is. But to them, she's being portraying the kids all in social media and doing all stuff, whatever. And to them, that's a good woman. While to us, it's like she's portraying Future's kids and having this nigga called daddy and all that stuff, whatever. And it's like everything is for the book and for the gram and for attention and trying to stick it to this nigga. And it's whatever. Like they don't think like how we think. You know what I'm saying? So it's like bro, as much as good as we're not saying Russell Wilson is a corny dude because he's cuffing up and all that stuff after Future did her out and or whatever issue. It's because I want you to skip all the good women that's out there for one of Future's baby mamas. You know what I'm saying? Like nobody wants to cuff a chick that's a part of a list of a team of some other rapper. You know what I'm saying? Nobody wants that. Nobody wants to, oh yeah, you know, this is my wife over here. You know what I'm saying? She used to deep throat this rapper back in the day, blah, blah, blah. You know what I'm saying? But it's like women are trying to change the narrative, and that's what it is. You know what I'm saying? Kanye getting with Kim. Nobody would get with Kim before like that, whatever. But she makes a sex tape and all of a sudden every nigga wants to marry her. Like, why would you want to marry a chick that's known for that? You know what I'm saying? Why would you and bring it to a reality situation, Rosendale or whatever like that? Why we want to cuff a chick that we know that ran through the crew? You know what I'm saying? Or whatever. So it's like their idea of a good man is not what a father would tell them what a good man is. It's their perception of what they see in social media. You know what I'm saying? So
Anna asked a question that I want you to answer in particular, Lamar. She asked, what do you consider a good woman?
what do I consider a good woman?
Yep.
Or what do men consider a good woman?
Well,
No, because it's going to be different. Yours is going to be different from mine. It's going to be different from yours.
That's why I'm asking that.
Yeah, she says that all three of ours are going to differ. So what do you consider to be a good woman? What's your portrayal of a good woman?
I feel like me and you will have a more similar because of our backgrounds.
I agree. We will have a lot of similarities because of Caribbean backgrounds. Yes.
Yeah, but I mean, we. My mother told me. She told me to. She always told me all the way. I must get a girl that prays, right? I must get a girl that's that carries herself well. I must get a girl that's in the church. She wants me to get with a Jamaican, but if not with a Jamaican, then somebody of culture because other people don't know how to cook right and I could die. She used to joke about shit like that all the time, right?
Lot of
And
mercy.
you know what I'm saying? So she said she doesn't understand. She said this new age and era or whatever that women of equality and women should cook for the man and the man should cook for the woman too and also this is my mother speaking and she's saying that as far as she's known if a woman loves a man she's feeding him. So if there's ever a time you're with somebody and they're not trying to feed you or feel like you should be doing otherwise than that whatever she does not love you as much as somebody else can. She always told me that, right? So I always just felt like that was a factor. Then also my struggle with women I dealt with in my past was um ambition and stuff like that. And then also then my father always told me never wife a woman that doesn't know how to be bored. I think I mentioned that thing. He kept stressing that, whatever. Like a woman that constantly is draining you and requiring attention of you and wants more and more and more and more. We should be doing this, we should be doing that. It's a difference being pulled than being pushed. If a woman that pushes you to better yourself and do things or whatever, according to both of y'all views, then that is a great woman. But if she's pulling you in a direction where she thinks that you guys should be on her own, then that's the type of woman to avoid. So a great woman to me is someone that you could be proud of. Someone that I could bring to you niggas and you guys and y'all see me with chicks and you start busting out laughing like nigga, what the fuck is you doing? You know what I'm saying? And y'all looking out for me, right? But then there's also, well, like I see you, L, with certain chicks that you see me with or whatever, and it's because I respect your opinions of how you view them as opposed to other people you've seen. So it's like, and I'm sure women want to feel that way too. They don't want to feel like a clown when they bring a dude around and be like, oh, that nigga for everybody, that nigga for this, that's this, another, and all that stuff, whatever. So it's like that's also for something too. So that's the reason, a lot of reason why people move out of state. That's a lot of reason why, you know what I mean, people change careers. A lot of people change atmospheres or they change lifestyles because they're focusing on a level up. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like
So
once you're
Anna
focused,
says,
whatever woman that has you focusing on a level up is a great woman.
so Anna says, don't say what your mom said. What do you feel?
I feel what my mom, what
But
everything that was instilled in me,
yeah, yeah, I was about to say.
and that will never
So
change.
yeah,
Women will want
he
you to
was
separate you
he
from
was
that, but
feeling.
that's not your upbringing and who you are. And if they understand that, all
But
set with it.
then
Okay. So Timmy, what about you? What is a good woman to you?
a good woman who is someone who's submissive, who could play her role as the woman in the relationship, who's very supportive, um, who's feminine in all of her ways. Um, she's she can hold she can hold down the house, she can hold down the household, but she can also handle finances, help me handle finance. She's like my hip. I mean, like she's my hip bone. Like she's there. Like without her, I can't. I won't be able to stand as well. Like she got to just be that support and let me be the man because I'm tired of these women out here who think that like they can just run the relationship and then shit don't go right and they wonder why shit don't go right. I need to be the man in the relationship and just let this shit rock. Um, she's like I don't see myself with a super outgoing female. I don't see myself with someone who always has to be in the limelight, who always has to be the center of attention, and or someone who has to like talk about everything. She understands that there's things she talk about, and then there's things that she shouldn't even like. That's between me and her that she shouldn't even that she doesn't have to share with the whole world because it's embarrassing to her and it's embarrassing to me. You feel me? So that's my that's my I guess you would call your 80-20, but probably won't find it.
Okay. Okay. Well, the question was asked of me as well. So we talked about this kind of in the last one, so I kind
Yeah.
of give a synopsis, but to me a woman who you would consider a good woman to me is somebody who, is your partner, is a legitimate partner. Someone who you meet halfway with things. You compromise for each other, you sacrifice for each other, and you kind of, try to motivate each other. I think, Lamar, I think this is where we agree, because at the end of the day, our Caribbean background, I love my mom to death. Like, my mom is probably the most special woman in my life. So I look at my mother and how my mother has treated my father over the course of
Mm.
40, or soon to be 42 years of marriage.
Before you
And
continue, how often do you see that today, though?
not at all. Not at
Um,
all. And I'm blessed, which is also why a lot of people turn around and go, "Oh, okay, I see why he's like that." You know what I'm saying? So
mhm.
there's a difference between me and some other people, because there are other people who have not seen their parents in that kind of, you know, you know, who have not seen their parents in that situation. There's some kids who've never seen their parents, whether mom or dad, in a stable relationship. So how can they function and think of a stable relationship as well, or see a relationship in one way versus another? You know what I mean? We are creatures of habit. When
Mhm.
we see things, when we start to get certain ways into our lives, we get established, it becomes what you know.
Mhm.
So for me, I watched my mom hold down the household when my father went to medical school, for example. You know what I mean? Um, when my father came back, my father, was taking care of business. You know what I mean? And making sure that at the time I was old, and I was their only child at the time. When my father came back, he was making sure that, my mom did the basics, for me. Made sure I was doing my school, made sure I was respectful, make sure, I knew how to treat people, and, all these things. And then when my father came, it was the discipline aspect. Like, yo, you need to do this, you need to do that, you need to be this way, you need to be that. So I've always said that, relationships are a two-way thing. So the good woman is somebody who really meets you halfway and completes you. You know
Mhm.
what I mean? She completes you. It's not just about being submissive, or, cooking, cleaning, or having kids or whatever, but it's also about the partnership, because eventually the house becomes an empty nest and then you're stuck with each other. So there has to be more than just the cooking, the cleaning, the kids, and da 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 da. You get what I mean?
Yeah.
Just,
Yeah.
just as a short synopsis, because I could go over this forever, but you know,
Because that's how my mother showed her love. Mind you, my mother went from nursing to teaching, right? She went to school twice, got both degrees, and everything like that. And my father busted his ass. He was working, and um, I forgot what he did before, but my father works for NBC, and
yeah,
he does sales for NBC. So he was at WJR 10, and then he transferred down to the Miami station. And like people pay him to put the commercials during the Super Bowl and all that stuff, and he cashes out big on that. You know what I'm saying? But it took him a while to get to that point. But while he was struggling from job to job to get to that job that he had for the past whatever some amount of years, um, the job that helped him buy a house and properties and stuff like that, as opposed to the minor jobs he had before that. My mom came to America first, and she did her senior year of high school at Erasmus in Brooklyn, and then I was born in Brooklyn, and then she went back to Jamaica, brought and married my dad, and brought him here to the States. So my mom like saved up all that money to pay for the wedding because my dad didn't have it. Saved up all that money, did all these things or whatever, and got him here, paid for his like citizenship and all that stuff, whatever. Got him one thing, and then my parents didn't want me going to school in Brooklyn because it was wild out there, whatever. So then we came to Rhode Island. You know what I'm saying? And then I was going to school in Rhode Island, right? And that during that process or whatever, hold him down and everything like that, there was never a night my father went out without a meal. There was never a night that the house wasn't clean. There was never, and it wasn't like dad's orders or whatever. She wanted to do that for him without no complaints, no nothing, whatever, because she loved that man. You know what I'm saying? Like, and we were raised to look for that, but that's not the norm of existence of today. So I feel like that's where a lot of men struggle because they were raised by the parents, so by both mother and father, to look towards certain things. And I do think it might be a factor of people raised with both parents as opposed to single parents. Because
Absolutely.
with single parent, people raised by separated or single parents, the despair is there. So then, whatever you are taught and raised, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's the difference of being raised to protect yourself from your partner as opposed to you and your partner protect each other from the world.
Absolutely. I agree with that. That's a big statement you just made there. That's a
You know what I
real
mean?
big I agree with that.
You know what I mean? So I think a lot of people do, and then I feel like men, women too, but then everybody looks at themselves like when things don't work out, like, well, I did this and I did that, and I brought this to the table and stuff like that. And obviously, if what you brought to the table was so great, shit would have worked out. And if so, then it's a matter of you either could only just blame yourself because of the choice that you made, or the red flags that you chose to ignore, or what for why situations didn't work out. But when it comes to what people are looking for, men can ask women, right? And men get frustrated at this. Men can ask women, well, what do you bring to the table? Right? And women will instantly get defensive. And it's not a challenge or to put you down or the thing. They're trying to see where your mind is at. Because if they're invested in you, they want to know that your mind like. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like the stuff that women care about and the stuff that men care about are way too different now as opposed to like of times of the past. It was one common goal, but now women are more like, well, I want to own this business, I want to own these properties, I want to cool, 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 cool. But at the same time, how do you factor being a good woman to your man, being so focused on everything you want to do? Thing. So if you're so focused on these goals, there's nothing wrong being a goal-driven woman, but handle that first then. And then
I,
as a man should also handle his goal. I'm being real now. People are gonna be mad and upset with me. A man should be handling his goals first before he gets invested in any relationship. And he should be telling every chick to kick rocks because I did not accomplish what I needed to accomplish first. Because he's gonna resent that woman for not being able to accomplish the goals. And the woman's gonna resent that man because they're not where they want to be at, or the man did not provide the lifestyle for them to where they want to be at.
I can agree with that because my aspirations and whatnot, and
Yeah.
that's one that I've always had an issue with because I've had people who are like, "Yo, like you're not where you want to be, so where does that leave me?" And I'm like, "What do you mean? Where does that leave you?" As a matter of fact, that should leave you in a position where you're building up so that when I get where I get to,
Thank you.
you're halfway, like I've been saying, and we meet halfway, and now we're building our empire. But people don't want that. People have a one-track mind. It's like I want everything the way it is when I get into that relationship so that I can go right into it. And you can't have that. It's not always the case. Lamar, can we add Anna? So because she wants to take. I want to hear this take.
Yeah. Homegirl just hit me up too. So I got. Can we fit 5 people?
Can we fit 5 people?
I don't
I,
know. I
I
think.
don't, I don't know.
Can
Uh,
you can you try to put Anna on, and then if anything, if Shorty want to come back, drop, and then I'll just talk in the chat box.
hold up.
Sacrifice, sacrifice.
All right, Timmy. I sent it. Uh,
Anna, be on the lookout for the request. I definitely want to hear what she got to say because she made some good points in the chat. So I've been following the chat. So Melissa's made some.
Oh my god, I'm like dying right now. 2-year-old daughter, my 2-month-old godson, and my 4-year-old son. All right, so First thing, we're gonna go thing. I didn't run Lamar off. It was single mothers. Do you know what I mean? Hold on, Tim not on either. What happened?
in the chat. So hopefully,
Yeah. Okay,
oh,
there's Lamar.
Lamar's back.
So my wife is dying. You gotta add Tim back. All right. But anyways, so I can say real quick. So
There we go. There we go.
all right. So what I was hey. That look crazy. I'm in bed. So what I was saying is because Lamar said, but anyways, so I can say real quick. So that
There we go.
Somebody's
so what I was hey. That look crazy. I'm in bed. So what I was saying is because Lamar said, but anyways, so I can say real quick. All right. So what I was saying is that so Lamar made a comment about the whole how his mother and his dad was, and you too, Jeffy. So I was raised in a single mother's house. Lamar knows that. Okay. When my youngest kid's father, he came to a cook meal every day. When he was a stay-at-home dad, I told him what to take out for meat, and I came home and I cooked dinner every single day. So I feel like it's not more or less the single mother household. It's more or less how did that mother raise you?
I agree. I agree with that wholeheartedly. I agree.
Do you know what I'm saying? It doesn't
Wait, Anna, where'd you?
household. My mother was a single parent my whole life. Do you know what I mean?
Mhm.
But she just always made sure me and my brother always had dinner. So it was just something to me like I knew that 5, 6 o'clock dinner was either getting prepared or done every single day.
I can I make a quick point to you, Anna?
Yeah.
Because so when we were talking about that, I just want to make sure because we did talk about
If you want to get to know somebody, they should go in during a lunch.
we did talk about different dynamics. Yes, it is, L. Yes, it is. Because of different dynamics, we were basically talking about, our personal dynamics. But I'm glad that you bring the single parent dynamic because one thing that does get misstated is that just because somebody was raised in a single parent home does not mean they weren't given the proper education on how to be a partner or how to be a positive partner. Because, like, for example, in your case, having a mother who definitely had you prepped and ready to be like, hey, dinner's at this time. And you saw your mother making sure that, hey, I come home from work, I'm making this dinner so that my kids get fed. You know what I mean? I don't need no man to take care of my kids. I get that. You know what I mean? Like I have massive respect for not only your mother who did that for you, but now you doing that for your children. You get what I'm saying? So
And the reason why I asked for all three of you guys to see what was a good woman is because, for example, all you guys, one, had different answers. Yeah, they may have been a little bit, that was similar, but everybody's different. So, for example, I don't know about the other women in this, but my answer may be different from everybody else because I'm a mother. So, when I'm looking for that good man, I'm going to look for somebody that I'm not looking for somebody to be my kid's dad, but I'm going to look for a man that respects my kids. Because if you're going to disrespect my kids, you're disrespecting me. Do you know what I'm saying? So there's different aspects of what state you are in your life, of what you look for a good man. You know what I mean? I'm not looking for a man to come in my household and take care of my household. If you do that, I always got my kids. If you come in and you take care of my kids as them being a part of me, that just makes me have more respect for you as a man because these are not your children. But you accepting me, you're accepting my children. Do you know what I mean? So when it comes to me dating, yeah, it's a little different because I'm not gonna have you in my house when my kids are awake because I'm not bringing every Tom, Dick, and Harry around my kids. Do you know what I'm saying? So yeah, Like, I understood, for example, to bring it back when Lamar was like, oh, but if I'm coming to your house at 11 o'clock at night, that means I'm gonna. Well, guess what? If my kids are not in bed at 8 where they usually are, and now they're not going to bed till 9, 10 o'clock, once my kids are asleep, I'll have food ready. You can come over, we can hang out, we can watch a movie or whatever. Do you know what I'm saying? So, like, when it comes to me, but I also agree with Lamar at the end where he said that he felt like two people should be done with their career. My brother and my sister-in-law, my brother went fully through college. He went to everything. He finished his degree. She finished her degree. They were still in a relationship, but they didn't get married and have kids and really move into each other with each other until they built their career. And they've been married now. DeAndre just turned 16, so they've been married 16 years. He has an awesome career. She has an awesome career. My niece and my nephew don't want for a thing. Do you know what I mean? But that was a communication that they did. Because the problem is if you're still building your career, I'm going to support you, of course. But there's got to be some type of communication.
I agree.
Do you know what I mean? Like, and that's why I say that, like, what I can want in a man, my best friend can want the opposite. Like, no, she can want the thug, she can want whatever, where me, on the other hand, like, I want a well-educated man. Like, I did my life. One of my main thing is I don't want a street nigga. If you about the streets, I'm sorry, it's not going any further. Like, but back in I'm not gonna lie, a few years ago, that's what I was attracted to. I was attracted to the niggas in the streets. I don't know how to shoot a gun for no reason.
Mm. So,
Send me a question.
yeah, I'm trying to frame it. Go ahead. I'm trying to frame the question in my head, but so anyone else wants to talk? I'm trying to.
Because my whole thing is, like, for example, all three of y'all can be in the same room. You and Lamar can look at somebody one way, and Tim might think that chick's golden. Like, that's my type. That, like, every man has a different type. Like, what you can think is bad and you want to take home, Jeff, is the opposite of what Lamar and Tim think.
I think Lamar and Jeffrey are like more closely similar. They're more similar than what I'm looking for. You know what I mean? I'm okay with that. I mean, it's just there's really no right or wrong. There's really no right or wrong answer to it. It's just
the reason why I see where you're coming from, Tim, but then I see the opposite is because I know Lamar. So Lamar has his set ways in his head of what he wants his future to be, but he continues to deal with the opposite. Do you know what I'm saying? Don't make that face. Don't make that face. So he's not his mother has built, God bless her soul, love her. You know what I mean? Like, his mother has built this amazing woman for him to love and to him to adore. Do you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But he has to look for that. Don't come with the camera. Let me tell you something. And I say that, and the reason why I say that is because his mother wouldn't okay R.I. Freaks. His mother.
I'm sorry.
And he knows that.
Let it out. Listen. I'm not.
Remember I said, like, when the past matters and things are or whatever, because what year is it right now?
2022.
Our Freaks was like what? 2014, 15?
2014.
It's not even accurate like that. Yo, it's just not even accurate.
You know what I'm saying? So and it's still talked about today or whatever. And again, we're not talking about whatever. Like, it's not just my mother, it's my father.
No.
It's everything. Both my parents instilled in me or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So, and whatever that they told me for, ain't nobody was looking for nothing in 2014 of the shit that we were raised with. You know what I'm saying? We
But
were
the
young
only
minded and
thing, the
kids. And
reason why I bring
just
it
like
up,
how you said
wait,
that you used to deal with street niggas and blah blah blah, and that's not the case for
the
you. So
reason why
more.
I bring it up,
So that's not the. It's the same thing with men. It's whatever they were when they're wilding out and they're in college, they're bugging out and stuff like that, and they're in free groups, whatever. If it's some shit that's over 7 years ago or whatever,
so
that's
the
not
reason
necessarily
why
the
I
case
bring
whatsoever
it
now.
up,
And it's not just
the
one woman.
reason,
It's not just my mother and what my
okay,
mother told me for, but also what my father also told me for, whatever. And mind you, when my father was young or whatever, that nigga had his hoes too. You know what I'm saying?
so the reason why I
So
bring it up is because Lamar still brings it up in his promotion. And if I'm wrong, you guys can tell me I'm wrong. He'll be like, "Oh, we're gonna have an RI Freak reunion. Everybody coming out tonight."
what does
Well,
that have to do with?
oh, time out, Anna. I love the hell out of you, but you can't do that. You can't do that. Let me tell you why you can't do that. Because here's the thing, and I can say this because I was in RI Freak, so I know a lot of people from that era and from that time were cool even outside of the group. You get what I'm saying? For example, Anna, you and I were cool for a little bit outside of the group. You know
Yeah,
what I'm saying?
definitely.
So when he said to me, when I hear something like that, to me it's, oh, people who I knew, who I was cool with, are gonna be there that night. So I'm more likely to be there, for example, because I know people who I don't normally see on a regular basis will be there. So that's cool. It's not more because a lot of us are way past RIF. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
Yeah.
definitely.
Like we
There's
like people
literally nobody in that group
like
left.
people have
Nobody posted in that shit.
RI freaks,
That's I don't even know if this shit existed.
people got married off of that joint. People have had children off of that joint. People, you know what I'm saying? So I can't fault him because in the end, yeah, a lot of people will look at it as a negative. But guess what? There's a lot of people who actually got positives. And I'll be honest with you, at the time where I joined RIF, I was in a tough place in life. I met a lot of great people off of that thing. And it wasn't even about what was going on in the group. It was,
No, and I get that. A lot of great friendships were built off of
yeah,
that, not even on some no crazy shit.
And
and to
and again,
choose
that
to
had
get
nothing to do with trying to find whoever you're trying to settle down with.
Yeah, and guess what? During that time in the group, I'll be 100% honest with you. And I've had this discussion with Lamar. I had my cousin committed suicide during that year. I lost a job that year. That year was a horrible year for me. Like, if I didn't have the exposure to some of the friends that I made during that time, I might not be where I'm at right now in life. I'll be honest with you because there were
Definitely.
people who helped me through a rough patch in life, and it wasn't just about, oh, I'm in this group and people are doing this thing. A lot of things I didn't even do in the group. A lot I didn't even
But
do it.
honestly, you know what though? Like, you know what though? That group honestly brought, like, for a while, I honestly don't know what brought it sideways. I know me, like, obviously I
Drama,
eventually developed a
Drama.
relationship and
drama.
moved, like, out the group.
I
But
came in
like,
late. Drama. Upside down.
but for a while, like, Tim, I didn't meet you like toward, like, but in the beginning of RI Freaks, like, we literally became like a little family. Like, we literally
Still
every
are.
Sunday.
We still are. We still are. It's
No,
just
but I'm just saying, like, we
different.
were together every Sunday.
Yeah,
We
things are
were
different.
If you want to get to know somebody, they should go on during a
together every.
It's crazy. That shit had, like Jumpy said, that shit had like about 500 people almost at one point. And there's people who got, because of that group, they got their car jumped when they were stuck somewhere. People got bailed out of jail. People who had GoFundMe set up when people's houses burnt down. You know what I'm saying? And people got married. That group is responsible for some babies out there. There's a lot of
True.
blessings
It's
out there. This is real
I
shit
feel like
or
that
whatever.
group.
But
I feel
again,
like that group should
people's
probably have like a
individual
Lifetime
mistakes
channel
were,
movie dedicated to it.
yeah, people individual mistakes were trying to plan relationships where you can have a future with someone out of a free group, and those people's individual mistakes that were caused by a lot of people in there. But
there was a
that's
there was,
nothing to do with how people are raised or what they're looking for or what they're trying to settle down with or everything. Like It's completely irrelevant. But
So
at the same time,
my question is for
people,
you
certain
guys.
people will get held to the stigma, the negative stigma, while other people that have all the positive shit just easily get disregarded.
So my question is, as men, at what age, as men, same thing with women, because I can probably, like, obviously you can go back and forth and ask the same thing about women. At what age do you guys feel as men should be the average age for you guys to start looking at what you guys are looking for in a good woman? So,
I
for
think
example, we all say the past is the past or whatever. Like, do you guys feel like, okay, I'm getting older now, let me stop being a
no,
thought, or let me
I,
stop doing this, or
I think you
do you
should
just feel
always.
like it grows in time?
I think you should
I
always
think there's no age.
soon as you become a man, you should always have your eyes open because I know dudes who, when they were 22, 23, 24, 25, who were like, yo, I'm just trying to live my life and kept their eyes open. And then the one walked right by them and they were able to keep their eyes open and meet her and they stepped out of the game. I'm 38 years old. I haven't met her yet. You know what I mean? But my eyes is always
Mm-hmm.
open, and that's because, like we've said, I've been bamboozled. Lamar knows. Lamar seen me through some hell. Okay, who I had thought that at this point I might be married to, and I was bamboozled, and
Remember
that's
when you
not.
came to Rosedale, told my nigga I broke out.
You know what I mean? And that's not to say that it's just on them. It could be me too. You know what I mean? I wasn't, like you said, I wasn't where I needed to be during the time. So that might have contributed to, my situation being where it was. So I'm not going to put everything on the individual or individuals who I dated in the past. But at the end of the day, I always say God has a plan for everybody. Just because
But
you,
that comes down to where people say, like, if you, in my eyes, like, I've been single a little over a year. I've recently just started being happy with myself. People ask me all the time, why haven't you started dating? Because until I'm happy with myself, I can't go be happy with somebody else. Do you know what I'm saying?
That goes
So
back to our last
until I
conversation we
fully
had at
find
the
my
beginning.
fully find my happiness with myself and within me and my children, do you know what I mean? Then I will start. Like, don't get me wrong, have I socialized? I had a man tell me I was a red flag because I invest too much of my time into my children.
Nah.
well, here's the
My
thing.
son plays. Lamar knows. Tim knows. Jeff, you probably pays attention. But I'm constantly traveling with my oldest for football. Sure and hell am. If he's gonna be somebody and not be, Lamar knows his thing. DeAndre's father has been incarcerated his whole life, and my son has been judged like he was gonna be a street boy and all this stuff because of who his biological father is. My son has been an honor roll every friggin' every single quarter since he entered high school. Since he left the 6th grade. He left the 6th grade with straight A's. He's traveling as a sophomore right now, and I will invest in my child. And if a man cannot accept that, peace. See you later.
He
And
also
and
had two girlfriends since kindergarten. But
Shut up.
He's a player. He's a player.
but
I'm
No,
not
and
but
playing.
to go back to Anna's question, I think there's really there's really not an age because I have a cousin who met somebody at, I think they were like 22. They were probably like 22, 23. They met each other. They hit it off great. They got married. They got 3 kids. They live in Georgia. They living the best life. They living their best life at 22, 23 when most people are just really getting into their dating and getting their freak on and everything. They decided to settle down at 22, 23, and they've been married ever since.
My
We
sister,
also know
my brother and
ain't
my
guys
sister,
shit,
my brother and
huh?
my sister-in-law have been together since they were sophomores in high school, and my brother's about to be 42.
Yeah. You know what I mean? So there's really no age because we know guys who are, guys and girls who are 60, 50, and they're still out there, still trying to play the club scene, or still on some like where the hoes at, or talking about
So my question goes back
being
to
a sugar mama and all that.
this real quick, right? So I'm gonna go back to what Lamar said earlier. So, and he made a very good point, right? Because he was trying to see where you guys' head was and where his point is. So, you guys meet somebody, right? You feel like she's a woman for you, and you go out and you found out you guys go to a card night. Do you know what I mean? And you just found out now that she fucked one of your homeboys. Now, do you let that girl go, or do you try? Because I say this is because I've never been with somebody that I've asked them a list of everybody they fucked. Like, that's like me saying, you know
No.
what? I need to know everybody. Like, I'm from Mass. Like, okay. That's like if me and one of y'all dated, I'd be like, you know what? I need to know every bitch you fucked in Rhode Island, and I need to know every bitch you fucked in Mass, because I don't need to walk in a room. And so if this is the chick that you feel like is going to be the love of your life or whatever, would you be able to let that go and be with her? Or would that be, because the same way girls can be insecure is the same thing men try to act like they're not insecure. But now it's like, oh, you're wearing that because so-and-so is going to be there, or, you know what I'm saying? Would you really be able to let it go?
That insecurity shit wouldn't fly. But like I said, with Lamar, I have a very, very small circle. So if you, I'm not saying you, but if like a girl that I'm fucking with has fucked with somebody within my very small inner circle, I would have a conversation with my boys and have a discussion on like how we feel about this shit. Like, yo, will you trip about me dating this girl? Nah, I bet. Say no more. You know what I mean?
But I
Say
say
no
this,
more. I'll go
because
ahead. But if he feels like,
how
nah,
often,
like I really had feelings towards her, and I would feel a certain way. To me, I'm not jeopardizing someone close to me
so
in my
your
inner
time right now,
circle for
with the
somebody that
way
I
you
just met.
work, wait, with the way you work, Tim, and the way Lamar works, right? Because I know
Mhm.
both of y'all work like crazy. That's why I'm using you two out of the three of you, right? Y'all really can't get together as boys like that. Am I correct?
No, yeah, not like that. No.
All right. So now you dating a girl for 6, 8 months, whatever, and now Lamar's having card night or game night at his house, and you can make it, and you show up with Shorty, and y'all been dating for 6 to 8 months, and Lamar was like, "Yo, that was a chick I used to tell you about back in the day," and da 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 da. You can still fuck with her after just giving that chick 6 to 8 months.
I mean, how far back? How far back are we talking that they used to talk? It didn't
Like
even matter.
within
At
the
the end of the
last.
day, it didn't even matter. It didn't matter because like again, this is where I have the conversation. So I know Lamar since '05, '06. So we going way back. You know what I mean? Going back to Ultra days. So I would have this conversation with Lamar about how he feels about this shit. I know he's honest. He'll tell me like, "Yo, I had feelings for this chick, and like, at the end of the day, I don't think Lamar would feel any type of way about it. But if he did, I mean, I'll take that into consideration.
How
But
would you? Lamar's kind of quiet during this conversation because he's
yeah,
trying to
no,
watch what he
Lamar's
says
fine.
with me
But
on the line.
the bro code. The bro code would be we would have a conversation because I know Lamar longer than I know this chick. I just known this chick for 8 months. That doesn't compare to someone I knew since '05, '06. Know what I mean? So if Lamar says like, "Yo, I dated her in 2011," I'm gonna be like, "All right, well, how do you still have feelings? Like, do you have feelings towards? You still have feelings towards her in 2022? Like 11 years later, you still have like." He'll most likely tell me like, "No, I'm not tripping off of her." So then I bet dap up,
But
and
my
then he
whole
would
thing is,
understand
and the
that I'm gonna
reason,
continue. I'm gonna continue that conversation. I mean, I'm gonna continue dating old
okay,
girl.
so the reason why I say that is because, okay, how can I say this? So most people will act like
That'd be
they
true.
don't care.
Mhm.
Most people will act like they don't care. And then that's when it's like, okay, and they might not care at the moment. When you approach them about the situation, they may not care at the moment. And then you know what? Now y'all are not together. Now you just sit, and now it hit them. And I'm just saying in general, because
And
I'll be honest with you. And the reason why I say that is because this recently happened to me. So I had somebody that came to approach me and told me something or whatever, and I told them I didn't care. And then after a few days went by, it hit me. And it's not that I cared, but it's not that I cared. It was because of the fact that how it went down. Like, you know what I mean? Like, they knew it was an ex. They knew, like you're already chilling with this person before you came and asked me how I felt about it. You know what I mean? So, but my thing is that would so you said if Lamar said he didn't care, and I'm only like them just using you two as an example because I know like how you guys work. You know what I mean? You work like crazy, he works like crazy. Lamar don't know what a fucking day off is. Um, but would you like so you would be okay, like you really like this girl. This is you, she's your hip, she ride for you in the 8 months y'all been dealing with each other, whatever.
and
And Lamar says,
He
yo, I
would
really fucked with her.
if he tells me that, if he tells me like, yo, I'm not really tripping like that. Like, yo, I dated Shorty like 5 years ago, but I'm not really tripping like that. I'm not really tripping on her like that. And I'm like, all right, cool. And I carry on what I was doing with old girl. And it's not like no disrespect to Lamar, but if he says that he ain't tripping about it, if he turns around later on and be like, oh no, I don't like that shit. That's
That's
something
bitch
on him.
ass shit. That's bitch
Yeah,
assness.
that's not something on him because you already told me
Well, from a
like
guy,
no, I
that's
ain't
bitch
tripping
assness,
about
I
that
think.
well,
because but
can I
then you find
I
out
feel like
that
women
like
can't help
oh
themselves,
she about
but
to
from
have
a
my
guy, that's
kid.
bitch assness.
can I
Yeah,
come in on
like
this?
yo, she about to have my kid now. Now he's like, oh my, yo, you really got that? Yo, you know how I felt about her,
But there's niggas out
nigga.
there that are like
You
that.
told me that. You
But,
told me it was okay.
but
It's
can I
just
chime
Like that.
like recently and very recently I was in the same situation, and I'm gonna be 100% honest. Before this most recent situation, I wouldn't have cared. I would have just been like, yo, it's good. The problem is this. The problem is that the person started putting pieces together and saying, oh shit, you know this person, you know this person, you know that person. They made themselves feel uncomfortable about the situation, which then led them to be like, oh my God, I can't do that. And it was like, why did you waste my time? Because
Mm-hmm.
the person freaked themselves out. Because then the person turned around and was like, oh, well, I don't know if we should be interacting with each other. And I'm like, so what the fuck did you why the fuck did you approach me? You approached me. I didn't approach you. Why the fuck did you
But
do
the problem is this world is too small. Like, believe it or not,
Rhode
like
Island is too small.
it's not even only Rhode Island, and that's my whole thing is because my daughters, for example, and I'm gonna point Lamar out. My daughter's hairdresser that lives in Massachusetts knows Kiara Lamar. Like that's like these are people from Rhode Island. Like so, it's like how do you know my friends in Rhode Island? Like
yeah,
nigga,
but
you my daughter's hairdresser in Massachusetts.
Kiki is an Abney. She got like the biggest family in the world.
No, but you do what I'm saying. Like so, it's
Oh, okay. Yeah, I know her too. Then.
Yeah,
Ponyville?
yeah.
Yeah, I know her too. Yeah.
yeah, she
Yeah,
has
the
like the
app.
Okay.
biggest family. That's
Shit,
like the
nigga, I
biggest black
know her.
family
Is
from
she,
in the
is,
North Carolinas and New England. That's like one of the biggest black families. They know everybody.
But my whole thing is it's like Massachusetts is small in general too. Like before, like Lamar is known because of his promoting, but it's crazy how many people that I know here from Boston and stuff that know my friends from Rhode Island. Like, yo, how you know so and so? Oh, I used to work with them here, or I used to do this, or like my photographer. My photographer knows one of my boys from Rhode Island. I'm like, how the fuck, like, nigga, you lived in Worcester your whole life?
Yeah, but Worcester and Providence has always been tied to each other.
Yeah,
That's the
it's just
same thing with Boston.
networking,
And,
been with more chicks in Worcester than I've been in Providence. And I live in Providence
networking
most of my life.
between
So I don't know. Worcester
networking
and
between
Providence.
Providence and Worcester,
Providence.
and
you in Worcester is because your family in Worcester.
that's all it takes. That's all it takes. I know people in Worcester. I don't have no family out there in Worcester. But I know people out in Worcester that you might know. I would have to, you know what I mean? Like,
Worcester's so small, I probably do.
you know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? So it's just like Rhode Island, with the way that the networking goes in Rhode Island is we connect the people in Connecticut and we connect the people out in Mass, which includes Boston and Worcester and Lynn and everywhere else. The same way like someone who lives in like Maryland, who's a promoter or DJ, would have a lot of people that they know in Baltimore or they would know in like DC, because it's all just in that same area. It's different areas, but it's still within the same area. You know what I mean? So that's just how it is.
Definitely.
Right? But but I don't know. I don't know. Like Lamar, like would you said that you wouldn't though. Like you said that you wouldn't care if I was dating somebody that you was dating or someone that you was talking to like 5 years ago, like if you gave me like that go ahead, like, yo, I'm
If
not
I gave
tripping.
you the go ahead, but here's the thing, like you said, we known each other since like 05, whatever. So like it was even on one of the lives, like you literally know of my real deal situations, like chicks that I lived with and like,
Yeah.
like more than a smash or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, if you approach me on that, if it bothered me, I'm like, well, nigga, I used to bitch you about you when she was stressing me out. You know what I mean? Or some shit like that, whatever. I kind of like tell you basically I'm thinking about this shit if it bothered me, but at the same time, I'm not the type to let shit bother me because in my mind, I was explaining a lot of it up, but like I'm just numb to shit. Like everybody's gonna do them anyway, regardless out here. It's just what is
No,
reality.
yeah.
So it's like you're playing yourself or even tripping them mad, whatever. Because if they respect you enough to at least let you know about the situation, then it's like, all right, they're real enough to do that because there's people that's your own blood that wouldn't even do that. You know what I'm saying? People
Yeah.
just gonna do them, and people who have no idea. Every one of us been done dirty by friends that did shit behind our back from past situations and best friends and so on. And there's shit that we know about, and there's shit that we don't know about, but it happened. It's just people just play it off
So
because
would you respect the man? So for example, if it's one of you two or whatever, and you walked in the room with Shorty or whatever, would you respect the man for approaching you? Like, would you expect the man to approach you right there and then at that situation? Or would you expect the man to wait until the event's over and be like, yo, remember Shorty that I seen you last night with? Like, A, B, and C happened. So that's my whole thing is like, would you expect it to be presented right there and there?
it doesn't
Because
matter.
I would hope as a
If you told me
female,
that day, if
I
you
would
told me
be.
within that 24 hours, then like it doesn't matter when or what point
Yeah,
exactly,
it
whatever.
doesn't matter.
But if he's letting me rock with her continuously like a fool, not knowing, like months later down the line, then I'm like, nigga, why didn't you even tell me? You know what I'm saying? And at the same
Yeah.
time,
so
I'm not
my
even
whole
mad
thing is
I would
that
look
you
at it
did
as like, what's his intention? Why are you telling me a month later?
a month later.
Like,
But if he
nigga, you
told me
sat
like
on this
within,
shit for 30 days, nigga? You
even if
really
he
sat
told me
on this
like
shit for 30
24
days?
hours or 2
Fuck
days
out of
later,
here. What's
I
your
can understand that he might not be comfortable to bring that shit up right away. And if he did bring it up right away, at the same time, that's my man's. I want to care. Like he's let
so
me
if it
out.
was the
that's
other
some
way.
real
So
nigga
for
shit. Real
Yeah,
example,
nigga
that's some real
activity.
nigga shit. He's letting me
so
know.
if I'm the female and I said, hey, like, how do you know so and so? Like, I just want to let you know, like, and I told you right there and then, would you still leave it alone? Would you want to leave? Like, if I put it out there as the female, because a respectful female is gonna either
It's
I'll be
different.
No.
honest with you,
It's
nine out of
different. It's
nine.
different than the person you're dealing with telling you, as opposed to your friend telling you. or whatever. It's the same thing
If
as
she
if it's
tells
two
me,
girls telling each other about a guy,
yo,
or as if that guy telling the girl that he smashed her friend. It's different because
So
you have to
my
to
whole
deal
thing
with
is he
that
just used
person.
the whole Tim did the whole kiss of the lips like she was gone. You wouldn't
no, no,
respect.
no, 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 no. I'm talking about like, yo, if she tells me before he tells me, that tells, because if you think about it, like she didn't have to tell me. She could have just she could have just let it ride, thinking that old boy wasn't gonna tell, and that she was gonna just skate by, or B, she was gonna, or like she was gonna wait for the guy to tell, and then she can explain it later. But if she takes the initiative, to tell me, that tells me that she really is down for me, because that means that she's trying to spare my feelings and that she really cared about me. Like she's not trying to embarrass me. She's trying to tell me like, yo, just a heads up. Your man's here. I used to talk to your man's back in the day. She's giving me that heads up before he does. That tells me that she's taking that she really cares about me, and how I may feel about the whole situation.
Yeah, but you know
Like
what?
that's what I'm saying. Like, yeah, like, yo, she's loyal. That's that loyalty that I'm talking about.
But also, too, I something to be, because there's some who get mad over that they smashed, and they look at it as, oh, man, I don't want anybody messing with it because they want to come back.
That's fucking shit.
I think it's
What?
stupid because, I mean, I've known dudes to smash around and smash mad shit, and then, if you smash one of their joint or their joint hollers at you, it's like, yo, man, like, I fuck with the bitch, and it's like, yeah, but you fucking with 8 other bitches at the same time, like, why are you being selfish? Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's. I think that this topic is tough because there's many different angles to it as well. Because what if that one chick who, that dude did smash, but he talks shit about her, or just like, yo, like, I'm trying to bust a nut. I don't care about the bitch or whatever. And then she's a good chick. Like, she's a good chick. Like, she's wait, you know what I'm saying? Like, those things happen. And a lot of
Yeah.
people acknowledge that shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like,
but the
I
way
need,
niggas are with certain chicks, even if they have multiples and running around, like if you're their man or whatever, that dude or that girl might view who they're dealing with one person way differently than how they're dealing with dealing with another. So
bro.
that doesn't apply to you or your thing, whatever. If they were there first, and then you're on some creepback, like, well, that person got others anyway, and so it shouldn't even matter, whatever. If it was shouldn't even matter, then you would have been that real and let that person know. If it doesn't matter, right?
That goes back to,
But
I wouldn't be around those sucker ass nigga who would be in his feelings about that anyways. It would be like,
yeah,
oh, if I dated her, you can't date her.
Yeah, but
I would have been able to recognize a sucker ass nigga before I even got to that point where I considered him close like that. If I knew that he was close, if I knew he was a sucker ass nigga like that, I wouldn't consider him close. So all that is just non and void,
because
because I look at you as a sucker ass nigga. So you're not really my boy like that. You're just someone that I may associate with. My boys that I consider like my close core friends, I know they're not on some sucker shit where they're gonna be all uptight about, oh, I used to date her back in 2-3 years ago, and
no,
I
he's
don't
saying
want you to
still
date
dealing
her.
with those. He's saying still dealing with.
no, but it doesn't even have to be still dealing with. Like, for example, a dude might leave a chick alone for a minute, and then all of a sudden one day you bring up the person, and then they're like, oh, I gotta hit that back up again. It's like,
No.
okay, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know, man. I just think that, especially if you're at a point where you're messing with multiple other people, like, if it isn't, like, if it's your chick that you dated, like, you were invested, like, you were taking this chick out on dates, you were, you were posting them and stuff like that. I'm one of those dudes. I'm loyal to my boys. If you was doing that with a chick, I'm not ever holler at that chick, ever, 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 ever. But if
So there's a difference between fucking with somebody and investing your time in somebody as well.
exactly my point. But miss sometimes people confuse fucking with somebody and investing time because they consider fucking somebody investing time. And I don't see it that way.
I mean, uh, I'm confused with what you're saying.
So
It's like
so
hoes are for everybody. I mean,
Huh?
regardless, like I said, people are gonna do them. Hoes are for everybody. I mean, so people are gonna do them regardless. But like, if they if they're no longer dealing with the person, and you're saying that if they hit them up after you smash, but they smash first.
No, no, no. What I'm saying is if they were like let's say for example, let's say you were dealing with a chick, right? Let's say you smashed Christy, okay? Let's just say you smashed a chick named Christy, right? And you were smashing and then you know, somewhere down the line, Christy and me become cool. Like, yo, like, I smashed this joint or I see the joint. I'm like, yo, didn't you used to deal with a joint named Christy? And you're like, oh yeah, 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 yeah. Knowing you, I know you'd be like, yo, like you're good. Like she, whatever. There ain't nothing there, whatever, whatever. But there's some dudes who be like, nah, yo, like I don't really want you hollering at that. You know what I'm saying? Even if
Oh
they ain't
no, like Timmy said, that's sucker shit. That's not your boy. Like
good shit.
that's
You
sucker shit.
can't like that like
I don't know
and like I
people. I
said,
don't know
like
people that do that.
dealing in the state of Rhode Island, you're going to run into that more often than not. I have I have not talked to but smashed chicks that my cousin had smashed that my cousin had smashed and it's just like it's just it's just Rhode Island. Like the smaller the state, the smaller the area, the more likely that shit's gonna the
And if
possibility
and if that nigga didn't
of
hit,
it
one of the other boys
happening
is
is
gonna
going to be
hit.
more
It's
than
gonna
I'm
happen.
not going to bet every single chick because you might have known somebody or because you know somebody that you know what I mean, like that you might know somebody that I'm cool with. If that's the case, I'm gonna be single forever. I might as well be like, I have to go all the way to fucking New York, or I have to go all the way to fucking Philly to find me a chick and then bring her back, and hopefully she doesn't know anybody I know here. That's the only way you can really escape that. Like I said, you just gotta. It's up to the person who smashed the. So if I bring somebody around and Lamont lets me know, like yo, yeah, I used to deal with her. It's really up to Lamont and how he feels about it. Like, how does he feel about that shit? I know Lamont. I know Lamont's not gonna be on some sucker shit. He's gonna be like, oh y'all, well, I dealt with that a couple of years ago. So if I was you, I wouldn't don't deal with that because then that's disrespectful. Lamont's gonna be like, yo, if you feel some type of if you like her, go ahead, do your thing, player.
I'm gonna
You
tell
got my
you.
full support.
I'm gonna tell you
You
to
got my
smash,
full
but don't
support.
tell her your real name, and don't let her know where you live. You know what I mean?
You know
That's
what
all.
I mean? And then guess what? Lamar's gonna let me know because he dealt with her before. He's gonna let me know early the shit that I might have learned that I might not later on
Yeah.
until I got to know her. He's gonna tell me like, yo, by the way, yo, I let you know, like, she can't cook for shit. But I mean, I'm just letting you know this. I'm not trying to deter you from how you feel about her, but I'm just letting you know this is what I dealt with when I was dealing with her. It's up to you. And that's it. And then it's up to me then at that point to be like, all right, I'm gonna take what Lamar said, I'm gonna take that into consideration. You know what I
Yo,
mean? He could be he could be giving me inside information that I wouldn't have known until I got to know her 5 6 months down the line. And I know that whatever Lamar's telling me, I know it's not out of spite. It's not out of like, oh, I'm a lie on this chick so that Timmy doesn't deal with her. I know Lamar's gonna tell me information just to give me info,
yo,
and it's
but
not to like on some like you
the
know
reason I asked that question is because I had a dude who I was friends with once upon a time, and you know, this dude did the same thing to me, where it was like, oh, yeah, I smashed this one joint before, whatever, whatever. I had met her. I didn't know that they knew each other, but he happened to be like, yo, I see you met so and so the other day. And I was like, yeah, what's it to you? And he was like, yeah, I used to smash. I was like, oh, okay, who? And then he was like, yeah, but you know what I'm saying, I don't think you should do that because we cool and whatnot. And then ended up
Sucker shit.
ended up smashing, but I'm no longer friends with this person, so it doesn't really matter. But then ended up,
But did that
you
break up the
know,
friendship?
no, not at all, because
Okay.
I'm not like that. But
No, maybe that
then
person was like that.
no.
Mm.
But then later on, somebody who I had smashed, and I was quite close to the person actually. And then, that person was like, oh, I'm trying to smash. And I was like, yo, do you? And he was like, all right, bet. And then I turned around and I made sure I let him know. I'm like, you see how, what I'm saying? I didn't, come after you for this joint, but this is what you did to me. I just wanted to let you know, like, this is what brothers do, like for brothers. But when you doing that shit that it made you look bad, you know what I mean? And
Uh-huh.
so, I mean, it is what it is, man. To each his or her own, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, the sucker shit comes into play for men when for one, right? Thinking that a girl that you dated is not going to date anybody else, or thinking like the girl that you dated is not going to date anybody that you know. Like the odds, again, when you live in Rhode Island, the odds are fucking high as shit. So it would be stupid. It would be like ridiculous to think that, oh, this girl that I might have feelings for is not going to date somebody, one, and two, she's not going to date somebody who I might know either on a personal level, or she might not, or someone that I associate with. Now, there's a difference though. If she's dating, if she was around me, if she was around me, and she knows who my boy was, and she purposely goes out her way to go date my boy, like she knows Lamar and I does this live, right?
Mm.
Like a girl that I'm dating, right? I'm talking to the girl, whatever, and then we don't work out. If I find out that she then jumped to Lamar, I'm gonna be like, that's a little suspect. Now, I mean, you knew about Lamar being associated with me, and you went out your way to date Lamar.
And
Now,
and, did, and didn't
that's a
know me
little
before
different.
then either.
Yeah. You know what I mean? Yeah. Now, especially if she didn't know you before, she knows you from these lives that I did with you, and now she Facebook friends you, and now she's in your inbox, and now she's trying to go on a date with you. Then I'm gonna be like, yo, again, Lamar, you can do what you want. I'm not gonna try. I'm not gonna be like, yo, Lamar, you can't date her, whatever. I would think more poorly of the girl for her doing that more than I would think poorly of Lamar, because it's just like how like you knew better, like you knew Lamar was associated with me, and
Yeah.
you went out your way to go talk to him.
Yeah.
That's different compared to the scenario that we all brought up where, oh, we didn't know. Oh, like I dated a girl and she didn't know that Lamar, she didn't know that I knew Lamar. That's totally different. That's by chance. That's by chance that happened. Now we're talking about a girl who knew each other. She knew. Now that's just her being conniving, and it is what it is. You know, because there's a lot of there's girls who do that. There's girls who be like, you know what I mean, like she talking to one guy and things don't work out, and she wants the guy to feel a certain way about them breaking up, so she'll go holler at that nigga's boy. She'll go holler at that nigga's boy.
Like,
They be
what does
like,
that
oh,
mean?
I'm gonna show
That's
your
like,
boy
how
what you
come
would have
girls
missed.
don't know how to stop fucking with niggas that know each other?
How the girls what?
Don't know how to stop fucking with niggas that know each other. Like, first, they always tend
It,
to, like, I mean, be in the circle as opposed to, like, you know what I'm saying, how a nigga that nobody, like, completely out of the circle or whatever. Like, it's always like somebody, like, they always ended up it's always messy situations, right? And it's always like they mad at you, so they fuck with the ops. You know what I mean? They fuck with somebody that
Yeah,
they know that you used to be cool with, and it ain't no
just
more.
to hurt you.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
You know what I
Or
mean?
they know that
It's
you
the
like, you know what I'm saying? Like they know what they're doing. You know what I mean? So
it's the intention behind it. It's the intention behind it to hurt you, and you can peep that out. Like if she knows Lamar and I are cool, and she purposely goes into Lamar's inbox and tries to holler at him, she's doing it. What the intention is to hurt me, and we all know that. Lamar would be able to see that. Like, yo, the girl you was just talking to, she's trying to holler at me, and I know she knows that I know you. So I know what her intentions are. Her intention is to hurt. Her intentions is to hurt you.
yeah,
I'm not dealing with that. I'm not. You know what I mean? Like I'm not. I'm not gonna entertain that bullshit because Lamar's a real one like that. I mean, he's a real one. He's not gonna. He's not gonna have a. He's not gonna entertain a
nah,
chick who's
especially if
trying
you
to
told
hurt
me
me.
about Shorty, nah, like nah, I'm not gonna do
I
that.
mean,
Yeah,
so it's all about intentions.
but then let me ask you this, right? So you often run into situations, and you're like, obviously, because it's why motherfuckers are single, but it's like you get to know a chick and you be really into her, and then it's like she pulled that one false move, and then like, damn, I was really into her, but nah, she a dub now. So and then it's like, all right, dust her on to the next. So it's like, what exactly do you observe when you first deal with somebody, or what is it that men and women should be learning from each other or about each other?
Your biggest thing you should be looking is for red flags, bro. I don't think a
Yeah,
lot
but
of people.
sometimes you don't know a red flag. What is a red flag till it
And
is? You know what I mean?
with
Like,
the red flag.
Hold
But
on,
it's
hold
the red
on,
flags. Are you willing to deal with the red flags?
hold
Everyone has red flags. Every single person has a red flag. Are you willing to deal with that person's red flag?
on.
Is it something that you can live with?
But it goes back to what we were talking about when we said, what is a good woman for us? A good woman for us is going to have certain red flags that you don't fuck with. You know what I mean? Like, for example, Timmy, you said that she's got to be your rib. She's got to be the woman who's by your side and who helps you through the good and the bad. If a chick is not supportive, that's a red flag for you. You know what I mean? If she's like, yo, listen, you got to deal with that shit. I'm not dealing with that. That's a red flag for you. Whereas, for example, me and Lamar, if she a chick who don't go to church and who talking about, I'm not about that God shit, let me tell you something. I'll be on dating websites. As soon as I see agnostic, I swipe left. I don't care how bad you are. You
no,
could be a
I can't deal with that. I
I
can't deal with
can't
that.
do can't do it. If I see agnostic, as soon as I see agnostic, I'm sorry, left. Because I know in my life, God is important, and I'm not gonna negotiate that for nothing. I don't care how good you look, I don't care
Mhm.
what it is. That's something that is
And
embedded
then,
in me.
and
So
then on
that's
top
a
of yeah, and on top of that, what's important to men is, like I was saying before, um, you know, you don't want to feel like a sucker when you're being seen with a chick. So you want somebody that you're able to, you know what I'm saying, not necessarily like, a trophy wife, but like somebody that you could show off. So that's why what women always stress, like, oh, well, it ain't real till it's posted and it ain't this. No, shut it up. No, the man is trying to find out what's real and what's not. I can't stand women that say that, whatever, because it's like they're more about the attention than making sure they don't even give a fuck about the nigga happy or not. You know what I'm saying? They're just more about status
Yeah.
and image and appearance and doing it for the gram. So it's like, but men care about who they could show off and feel good about, but also could bring home to the fam and get that head nod. You know what I'm saying? It's like that's all a man wants when he's like seriously dealing with a woman. You know what I'm saying? Like sex has nothing to do with it, whatever. But it's like And same thing for like women or certain cultures too. There's certain cultures that, like, if you're not a doctor, engineer, the parents don't want nothing to do with you, no matter how good of a guy you are. It's like it's all about like a certain status and something, and you don't have to be there, but you're striving to be there, and that's what like their father would admire about you. I want to be this. I want to be that. Okay, what are you doing about it? Well, I did sign up for this class, and I start next semester. He's gonna feel good about that. You know what I mean? So like when a woman says like certain things, whatever, and you're able to tell your folks, your fam, well, she's about this and about that and about this, and you say it like with a pride, like that's more of a person than a man is more likely to cuff. But then it's like, what is it? That's not enough. What also are they should be learning about that woman, or what they should learn from that woman to get to that point?
I feel you. No, I definitely feel you. It's just like I don't know. I don't know if I had this conversation with my homegirl last week. Um, I was like, I don't know if the dating game has gotten more, not even advanced, but just unnecessarily
Swipe left.
difficult because of technology, or whether
Definitely.
people, or whether we're just a stigma of our own device. Like we're just like I don't know, like are we not evolved? Like, have we gotten to a point where we just haven't evolved to the point where the dating game is easy, or is it that like the way that the dating game is now with the technology, it made it harder?
Dating is way too easy. Settling down is the hard part. It's oh yeah, you go on any app and you got a date for the weekend. It's too easy for the dating.
But that's what I'm saying.
But
It's the technology making it more difficult though, only because of how instant, like just like everything else, where everything is there's some type of repercussion
difficult
when
how?
everything is just instant. Like we live in a world now where everything is
Yeah, we talked about
instant,
that before.
but
I agree.
the ramifications for that too, where things are just like off the fly. You know what I mean?
Well,
So I don't. Sometimes I feel like the dating game is no different.
I feel like for younger people, because they grew up with the technology, and we have more of a mindset of how things used to be and how things are now, while they just grew up in the now. So I feel like young people, for
Yeah,
them, their instinct is all they know, and so it's about what the instinct can bring. While as for us, I do believe men and women of our age struggle because what we witness and observe growing up was eradicated by the technology of today. You know what I'm saying? Like niggas, there's
we
a
live in
meme saying,
both.
you know what I'm saying? It was a picture of Cuba Gooding and Bring Back Boys in the Hood when he's on the phone with Shorty. And it's like, yo, niggas had to talk on the phone. Niggas had to sneak to like this time right now to get on the phone and try to talk to their shorty for like 4 hours, hoping that the parents had to pick up the line and listen on their conversation. You know what I'm saying? If you want to bring it back. You know what I'm saying? But it was like that type of effort. Now, you know what I'm saying? And they had to go through all that, plus write a poem and kick a rhyme and prepare the whole outfit for the next day and make super fly and all that stuff, whatever, just to get the girl, whatever. Now it's a matter of a click, and it's like who's popping, who's not. You know what I'm saying? Like it's not
Mhm.
what we're raised to look for and stuff like that is not the case of today. You know what I'm saying? So it's like the whole instant and stuff like, yeah, it's a problem, but at the same time, I think our struggle is what we're raised to look for It's not how people are doing things today. You know what I'm saying? Like the stuff that we care about. You know what I'm saying? Like somebody talking about earlier today that Megan is better. Megan the Stallion's better than Nicki in for female rappers, and I'm like they're all trash. Everybody got mad at me for saying that, and I'm like, oh well, you probably like Cardi B. No, bitch is trash, whatever. You know what I'm saying, and this is what men struggle with because that's what women, the whole twerk culture, nature, whatever of women today is what they deal with. While like we grew up wishing for a Lauryn Hill. You know what I'm saying? We grew up wishing for an Aaliyah.
Yeah, for
You know what
real.
I'm saying? So Erica Badu and people that were deep with their minds, women that were deep with their minds and shit. You know what I'm saying? And spiritual or whatever. They were deep thinkers. Now everything, and they literally will write a whole poem. They put in the effort too. Write a poem to the nigga of how what they yearn for and want to aspire for and the true love and shit. While now it's like, nigga, if you can't buy me the Birkin bag or whatever, then you can't get this pussy. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's what the kids of today or the younger women are all. Their music is that's what it's all around them and being shoved in the face. We had to sneak. We had to wait to sneak in the back of Blockbuster and Major Video to when our parents was looking to see some titties on a thing. Like, everything is you got to look it up in 2 seconds on our phone now. You know what I'm saying? Like back then,
Instagram.
people had to put in the
Twitter.
work to acquire what they wanted, and we don't have to anymore. A woman has nothing to get something. A man has nothing to get some pussy. Like it's too easy. It's way too easy. So never mind the internet or whatever. You could these little young fast ass boys, whatever, they literally could go to the mall and just say what's up. Like we had to plan a whole day out and a whole game out, take the bus and all do all these things to go to the mall and figure out how to holler at a shorty and then try to get her to meet with the mall next week or even in the club when we first went to the club. You know what I'm saying? Like we had to wait till the lights went on to figure out if she was cute or not after dancing with her all night and buying her 2 drinks. And then we had to like if you didn't wasn't brave enough to bag a number that night, you had to wait a whole nother week to see if she would show up again to try to holler at her again. While now you could just literally look up Shorty's name or find out what picture looks like her and switch up and you bam, you got her.
On the gram, yeah. You gotta remember, like you gotta like yo, put your phone number in my phone, but it was like, you know, I could call you now because it's past 11 o'clock. You know what I mean? Now my minutes are free compared to, you know what I mean? Like, yo, I can't just talk to a shorty all day. You know what I mean? I can't talk to a shorty all day because I literally only had like 5 minutes worth of time before my fucking
Nights and
shit was up.
nights and weekends. I think
Not-
I think one of the biggest things that we don't talk about with this generation is there's things that are lost, like Lamar says, like the respect between man and woman is lost. I think societal norms are lost, but the things that aren't lost is that people still need to figure out what it is that they want or like in a person. I think people are so quick to be like, well, um, I don't like this person, so I'm all set. Or, this person does this and I'm not I'm not with this. Um, the problem is that the way that we live now, relationships have been altered, and we have to be able to bend. And one of the parts of bending is that the way that you normally would have dated, you have to change. And as you guys even said in our chat, even as a good dude, sometimes the approach of being the nice guy and coming at a female nicely doesn't always work. And even sometimes the bad guy, you're gonna meet that one girl who you're gonna say, "Hey, ma, I want to clap them cheeks," and she's gonna punch you in your throat because she's like, "Nah, son, that's not how you come at me." And these are things that people need to learn how to adapt. And the key word in dating today is adapt. You have to adapt. Women are always gonna say, "Well, guys are trash and guys do this and guys do that." Well, guess what? It's either you adapt to what dating is like now, or you're just not gonna be with everybody. You're just gonna be by yourself. Like Lamar said, You're gonna be with a bunch of cats or dogs or whatever animal you like. And the same goes with guys. You know what? You may not want to be as super aggressive, but you may have to be, or else you're gonna be by yourself. Or you're
Yeah.
gonna have to wait until that person bumps into you who is gonna come at you, and then you're gonna be like, oh, this is exactly what I want. And boom. So it's about adaptability. It's not something, that we are used to, because obviously, like Lamar said, back in our day, you would get a girl's number, man. You'd be hyped for 3 days because you're like, I can't call her for 3 days. And you'll be thinking of all the shit that you're about to say. Some niggas would write down questions, and I wonder what our conversation is.
We
And
used to game
you
plan.
The music ready.
game plan. Nowadays, guess what? Chicks want to know what you're working with, so that, like Lamar said, you don't waste your time. You know what? I need to know. Is he good in bed? Does he got a job? Does he got a place to stay where we can both interact? Okay. You know what? These are things that people are now coming at you for, and they want to know right away. Like one of my last girlfriends, we started talking, and she's like, yo, I love everything I'm hearing, Jeff. I gotta know if you're good in bed. I gotta know. And I was like, wow. I was like, really?
And
You know,
you'll smash, but it turns you off.
I mean, it's not that it turned me off,
It's
but
like
I
just a lot
understood
of pressure.
I understood her premise behind it,
She didn't want
because
to waste time.
we were long distance. We were long distance.
Oh, okay,
So
okay.
distance, she was asking
Yeah, she ain't trying to fly out for no weekday.
exactly.
Okay,
I
got you.
mean, we were together. For we were together for almost a year. You know what I mean? And trust and believe me, I moved mountains to make that relationship work, bro.
But that's
I had I had to move mountains.
but this is why a lot of women tend to go for the thugs or the niggas with no jobs or you know what I mean like the, you know what I mean like the whole idea of like the goody two when they're younger because they don't want to waste time going through the math and waiting out to find out that nigga can't satisfy them. You know what I'm saying? So it's like they go through that. So it's honestly, I mean, I'm keeping it real. A lot of women rush the situation more than men these days. You know what I mean? And then men have that, and then also women don't have the pressure to be good in bed like men do. You know what I'm saying? Like every girl want to know, are you good in bed? Are you this? Are you that? Are you know what I'm saying? You got a third leg? Are you swinging? Da da da. All stuff. This is women. You know what I'm saying? Men always say, "Do you got a fat ass?" and "Do you got this?" Whatever. But we don't ask like if you know how to suck dick right and you know how to put like we can't really come off like that because we're gonna look like jerks. You know what I'm saying? But while women will come off like that and niggas will get excited for it because they just want to get to, you know what I mean? I don't know. They just all about it. You know, so it's like they deal with that struggle too. But it's like, but let me ask you this, right? Because everybody always have like all situations. They brought up the situation like what Timmy, right? Actually, no, both of y'all. Have you seriously dated somebody with kids? Seriously
Have
dated.
I dated?
Seriously dated.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
what were the struggles with that situation?
Time.
Time, right?
Time.
With Paul, because there was more pressure. I felt like there was more pressure of trying to build a rapport with the kid. Because in my mind, if I don't build a rapport with the kid, the mom and I are not gonna work. I already like that. That's how I took it as. So I added more pressure to try to go out my way to try to 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 try to show the kid like, yo, I'm cool. I'm with your mom, and I'm not trying to be your dad, but at the same time, like, you want to talk to me or whatever. So to try to build that rapport with the kid, I felt I put more pressure on myself to try to please the kid so that I could fully have access to the mom, because I knew that if the kid and I wasn't working out, the mom and I wasn't working out, and that just comes with the territory of
What,
I had,
dating
I
the
had a
kids.
different,
what
I had a
about you,
different,
Jeff? You said time, right?
I had a different experience because in the situations where I've dealt with moms, you know, I mean,
I mean, serious relationships, not just
yeah, yeah, I
like
don't know.
like like you told your family about her.
Yeah, like I don't know how other men do, but for me, it was just building a rapport with the kid and just letting them know, like, hey, like I'll care about you just as much as I care about your mom. You know what I mean? Like I didn't need to go into all the like, hey man, like I'm not trying to be your dad, because I think I came in with a little bit of a different mindset where it was kind of like I was trying to make friends with the child to build that rapport with the child. And the thing is that a lot of men don't realize sometimes moms need to be moms. For example, a mom's child gets sick, right?
Mhm.
Like fever, cold, it's just you and your kid. Well, the time that you normally would have had with that woman talking, or maybe if she tells you to come over after the kid goes to sleep, you lose that time. And if it's something that's constant, you lose a lot of that time with that person. But you also have to keep in mind that this child comes before anything. You know what I mean? So the time that you lost, that you normally would have got, is not because she's not paying attention to you or not or anything like that. It's because the child needs their parent. And sometimes people, and I know I have guy friends who are single dads who have also said, like, I feel bad because my daughter was sick all week and I couldn't give this chick my attention. And I feel bad because I feel like that person thinks that I'm either using my kid as an excuse or I'm just not paying attention to them. And at times it leads them to say, I don't think this is going to work because my kid is young. They got a lot going on that causes me to have to be adaptable to my kid. And I can't always give of myself. You know what I mean? But like, you try to understand the situation and say, okay, like, you go ahead and take care of your kid. You know what I mean? And sometimes people feel bad for you for being understanding, and they just don't want to put you down that path and say, hey, I know this is a lot for you, so I get it if you don't feel comfortable, whatever. Some people walk away and some people don't.
See, with me, my struggle is like again with my parents is I don't know what's the same for you, but it was never well the kids come first. Never. It was never the kids come first with my parents growing up, whatever. They put each other first. We came last. They were the CEOs of the company, and you know what I'm saying. We were think.
Please.
I'm telling you, that's how it was for us, whatever. So you know what I mean. So me being a single dad, I had women frustrated with me because my son played every single damn sport known to man, whatever, especially soccer. My father kept begging, please soccer, play soccer, play soccer. So since he was small, he was playing soccer. So soccer ain't cheap. Soccer is not cheap. All that
No
shit,
sport.
whatever, the trips and all that shit's not cheap. So it's like, well, you did this so with him, whatever, like that. Like when are we gonna go in it? When you gonna take me on a date right now? I done spent all my bread and all this gear, cleats, shins, and all that stuff or whatever. And it's like, think, but at the same time, again, what my parents, the kids did not come first. The parents come first or whatever. So I don't know how it was for you guys, but I was always raised to like pursue a woman that didn't have kids. And that's the way you think. So when I dated people with kids, even the person I had a kid with had a daughter before my son. So at first, I got all that stuff, whatever. And then they kindly grew around with it, and things. But their beef for her was because everything was like they didn't understand how things are here in America. So it's like they didn't understand this whole like, well, I'm not listening to you because I'm gonna do this with my son and all stuff. But they don't even know that because all they know is family and union. You know what I mean? So it's like when you're dating with somebody, you view how they deal with their kids. And then if they're giving too much attention to the kids, you don't even want that for your own child. So if you have a kid with that person, you're observing how they deal with their kids in case if you guys have a kid together, right? So how they discipline the kids, how, if they give too much attention to the kids, not giving attention, too much attention, to the point where they're spoiled little brats and they can't be told no by anybody. I mean, there's people that are like that. Not everybody, but there's people that are like that. You know, situations. And then even with me, with my son, whatever, like it's been a lot of difficulty because I've not been able to make myself available to a person and be okay with that. I'm making myself more available to them than my own son, right? Personally. But that serious situation I told you before I was in, it's like I had to make the sacrifice and put in extra time and can't always say I can't right now because of my kid. And that was the only situation that like prolonged as opposed to all the other situations. So it's like you have to come to a common ground at some point where it's like you have to be a parent at the same time you have to be available. You have, and the thing is, people always say, "Well, this first, this first." You have to manage. You have to balance it. Otherwise, without the balance, nothing's going to prosper, or there's going to be no fruition with it. So I think for like a lot of guys that date single moms or single parents and all that together, or whatever, and all those struggles, it's like as long as the man sees you put in the effort, he'll be understandable that you're busy with the kids, but at the same time, he's observing more than what you think. And same thing with women and men. They're observing more what you think. They're observing how you're raising your kid, how you're approaching it, if you're spoiling the kid, if you're like if your kid is bad as fuck and getting kicked out of schools and all they're observing all that shit. Because they're gonna say, you know what I mean, there's something with something what you're doing that thing. And then if you're like, well, I need to attend more attention here because my child is struggling and all that stuff, whatever. There's nothing wrong with that. But then should you be dating right now? No. Like you should be handling your business. Same thing with whatever you need to self growth with your own goals in yourself. You know what I mean?
Well,
So
I think also when it comes down to it too, people have to realize that again, dating is not the same as it used to be. So
like Timmy
some
was saying,
adaptability really matters. Like, you're gonna kiss a few frogs before you get the prince. So, being
Timmy,
able to,
Yo, I hear you.
we're looking at
yo,
your chin right now.
always the neck.
Go ahead, my bad.
Tell my bad. Go ahead.
So when you kiss a few frogs to get a prince, you can't always compare all the frogs that you kiss neither, because everybody's different. Like the biggest problem I hear that guys say is, "Oh, these chicks is always comparing me to another dude, and I ain't do nothing, but I'm being compared to somebody, so the fight is fixed. I don't have a chance in this fight because before I even step foot in the ring, I already got, shit against me." And I'm not saying just females do it because men do it too, but it's something that us as people have to chill out on. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I hear you.
Because when you walk into a situation and the fight is fixed, people always say, "Well, why can't I find a good person or somebody who fits me?" And sometimes we're our own worst enemy because we already sabotaged our chances at a relationship before we even started because we judge the person for their mindset or how they come into the relationship, or they do something that we don't consider necessarily the right way to do things. So it's like, well, I don't want to deal with this person because of A, B, C, and D. but you can't shine the light on everything and say, well, I don't like this and this, so you're a horrible person, so I'm not dating you. You know what I mean? You have to be somewhat flexible. Now when you start giving the person a chance, even with their flaws, and you start seeing underlying flaws from that, then you can make an educated decision. Like you said, L, like when you start seeing things and you're like, all right, cool, I'm not like, this ain't working for me, so I'm just going to leave it alone. But you have to investigate, and that's what people don't do these days. People are quick to say, well, I'm not going to do that, and if a man comes at me like this, or if a woman comes at me like this, then I'm good. You can't just do that. Can't.
And
At the
it
same
goes back
time,
to like
that's just
the percentage.
go ahead, Tim.
I was gonna say that just goes back to the percentage. You know, the other we're talking about
80, 20.
80% that you accept and 20% that you don't. And I was telling you guys that, you know, 80% is a super high number. 80, if there's only 20% that you don't like about somebody, and 80% that you do, that's damn near like, you know what I mean? Like that's almost like that's your partner. You're super compatible with that person for the numbers to be that high. But in all reality, you're probably not gonna find something like that. I know people talking about like their soulmates and this and that. They found their soulmate, but I think people just put extras on that shit. For the most part, it's gonna be a lot closer to, you know, there's maybe, you know, 40% of things that I don't like about a person and about the girl, and then there's 60% that I like about her. I think that's more of a reality of it. And we just have to deal with we just have to deal with that reality. I think um people people overlook people that they could be compatible with, because they find too many things wrong with that person, rather than look at all of the things that they are actually compatible with that person with.
I feel like that people stay in situations uh, ignoring the red flags and all the stuff that are wrong with a person, or they like somebody so bad they'll disregard so many that they end up in shitty situations. I feel like that's more the norm than people avoiding situations. And I mean, yeah, they could definitely be avoiding a situation that could be very compatible for them because they're so set and fixed on what should be and what shouldn't be. I hear you on that, but at the same time, people also got to be these days because that's how people get burnt. You know what I'm saying? So it's like everybody everybody has red flags, like you said earlier. Everybody has red flags, but it's like there's certain red flags that are undoable that you can't just give a pass to. You know what I'm saying? Like there's certain things about people, or whatever. Like, there's one chick, I put her on a pedestal, and her mind was right. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, body was banging, but it wasn't about that. Like her mind was right. Um, she was about her shit. Uh, had a career going on and stuff like that. Everything. Then going out one time, going to the bathroom, and bitch is over there snorting a line. And
Oh
I'm like,
shit!
yo, I was like,
Shit!
not even mad. I was devastated. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, like, what the fuck is wrong with me that I can't pick up the signs? Like, I've been out in this night scene, and also I should be able to pick up signs like that, like that. Like, why am I like 3 weeks into this, whatever? And then again, it's like you just mad at yourself because you just blew 3 weeks. And then what are you supposed to just like, well, maybe I should just get to know her still after that? You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know.
People, but here's the thing, L. People do a good job of masking who they really are. That's one of the reasons why I tell people, um, you get Jeppy from day one. And you know this because I've been the same cat since the day I met you. I've
Yeah,
been the same. Maybe I was a little bit more quiet at first because at the time, like I said, when I met you, I was
yeah, you was
going,
dealing with some shit.
but I mean, you get the same dude who you talk to every day is the same dude. Now, do I have my own issues and things? Of course, we all do. But you get me from day one. If you don't like me from day one, you're not going to like me in day 50 because I'm going to be the same dude. That's just how it is. Now, the problem is that we're also a very judgmental society. You know what I mean? We like to judge people off rip. Oh, well, you know, this person is this way, so maybe I shouldn't fuck with them. Or this person did this, and maybe I shouldn't mess with them. You know, you know, it's like we always want to put our emphasis on what people do or what they've said or what we've heard about them, but then we end up doing the same things and then turn around being like, but I don't want nobody to judge me for that. For example, there are a lot of girls who were in the group, for example, who were like, oh, well, I I fucked with somebody, but I don't want anybody to judge me for that. Can a guy in that group judge a woman for that? Let's be real. You know what I mean? Like, you smash somebody in the group, you can't smash somebody else for it. You know what I mean? Like, we're in a group where people are meeting people of similar minds.
Jeffy,
Right?
even females will tell you that like homegirl that was on here earlier before she was about to, I don't know, she had a drink too many or something. But she was just saying, she was telling you that earlier that like, yo, she expect niggas should be more mad at the girl because the niggas are niggas. They're gonna do what is in their nature. So
Yes,
as
yes.
opposed to women,
But guess what, L?
a woman will judge another woman over that same shit more than will judge a guy over that same shit. You know
And
what I'm
guess
saying?
what? And guess what? That same woman will be the same person who did the same shit that she judged that chick for
No,
a lot of.
she could completely not do that shit too.
Yeah, but who does that make her any better? Because
Okay, all
she
right.
could be
So
the
let me
same.
ask you this. So let me ask you this, right? Not that it makes her better, but at the same time, you hear nothing about that one, and you hear something about the other. Which direction you going? Because women do this shit all the time.
Well, I mean, naturally, if you see trends in somebody,
Just
you're gonna you're
if you're
gonna
keeping it real.
you're gonna protect yourself. You're gonna protect yourself from certain things. Like, for example, if you know, like, for example, one of the things I always fear is people who just don't who aren't protecting themselves. I hate that because it's not just for you, it's for your future. You know what I'm saying? Like, there'd be a lot of people who just be like, yo, I don't believe in condoms, I don't believe in this, so I'm just gonna let do raw. You know what I mean? But at the same time, you know, if you do it, they're gonna be like, oh, you walking around giving everybody this, and that. Can't judge people if that's what you're doing. You get what I'm saying? You
Yeah.
can't be a hypocrite. You can't be a hypocrite.
Yeah,
I feel like
that's where people fuck up at, really.
I feel like the society's becoming too accepting, and the more accepting the society is, the more issues and the more distrust and the higher the divorce rate, the higher everything or whatever. It all starts with society adapting to be more accepting. Because when it was maybe with more expectancy and maybe a little bit more judgmental, and like you didn't deal with the issues as much. And people always argue, well, no, they just wasn't brought to light. Like, no, there was certain shit, even if a few things wasn't brought to light, people were shamed out of doing dirt and not bragging about it like they do today. Like Megan Thee Stallion songs would not exist when we were kids. It wouldn't. It should not be on TV. Nobody be rooting for that shit. It will not exist whatsoever. At the same time, parents stayed together more back then. You know what I'm saying? Like you could trust a girl way easier back then as opposed to now. Like
Mm, I don't know. I
it's
think
a
that
fact. It's a fact.
social media made it more public, but You got
That's what I
to
just
you
said.
got to
That people
remember
will
back
argue
in the
that it's a
90s.
light more, but
Yo,
it
we would have to think back. Like if you
bro.
think back, if you think back about it, yo, we had Freaknik. Freaknik was like, yo, Freaknik was like, yo, we had All Star Weekend, we had Freaknik, we had we had like all these crazy ass events. Then we had like chicks like Foxy Brown. We had Little Kim. Little Kim is literally just an old school
I was thinking before that, but
version of Megan Thee
no,
Stallion
I was thinking
and
before Lil Kim. I was thinking, but here's the thing. Here's the thing. Like, so many people did not listen to Little Kim, and there's so many Little Kim songs that wasn't even played on the radio because of her content, as opposed to everything that Megan Thee Stallion is doing is everywhere of today. If you get what I'm saying, like, and then there's dudes back then because Lil Kim was so raw and so different or whatever. Yeah, they would smash, but they would never say they would be ashamed to call Little Kim their girlfriend. While a nigga's trying to propose to a chick like Megan Thee Stallion today. Ain't nobody was trying to claim Little Kim as their wife back then. Nobody was. She was
Biggie
the
was.
yeah.
Biggie.
Nah, Biggie hit her. He was hitting it and hitting her while he went for Faith. Prime example.
Yeah.
But he
And
loved the hell out of that chick too.
he grew up with Kim way more, knew her more, and everything like that. But because he turned her into a slut or whatever, she was the hood hoe or whatever that is, he couldn't claim her. Wow, a nigga today will fucking put a ring on Megan Thee Stallion's ass, no matter or Little Kim, no matter how many niggas they ran through. I mean, Kim Kardashian.
Nah, I don't know about Kim. Maybe Meg, but not Kim. I don't know. Nowadays, that's considered damaged goods.
You know what I'm saying? Like back then, dudes would never marry a stripper.
And it's
Never marry a
earnest
stripper. They
damage
will
good
never.
because of social media and there's no way of
Exactly.
hiding.
But that's what I mean, and it's not. And like I said, this is what I was saying to Lamar. Nobody can judge nobody. At the end of the day, this chick does what she does for a reason. Some people are gonna judge her and they're gonna be like, "Yo, she's a hoe. She's this. She's that." But some people are gonna be like, "Yo, there's a dude out there. Look at that dude. He'll put a ring on it. That dude P. He'll put a ring on it. You know what I'm saying? There's other dudes who will put a ring on it. Shit, Chris Humphries did it, and he knew what he was getting his ass into. You know what I mean? She had already done the sex tape and everything. He did it, and she still shitted on him. The dude went after she dumped the dude. We never saw him play ball again. Matter of fact, I never even seen him in society since then. I mean, that's bad, bro.
He's actually tied up in their basement in their multi-million-dollar home right now.
Jeez.
Right now. I really forgot all about him. I really dead ass forgot about him.
I forgot about that whole situation. I'm still trying to remember it.
I forgot. That's why I was like, was it Kevin Love or Chris? I'm like, no, it was
Chris Humphries.
Yeah, Chris Humphrey. I was like, damn, like, yeah, he might be tied up in her basement. Someone need to go check up on that man. Make sure that he's okay.
Yeah. But yo, I think
we've
it
been
might be
on here
that
for a
time, man.
little
Because
bit.
I saw Timmy nodding off, and I didn't realize how long we've been on here. Like this is gonna take a lot of video editing, man. This shit's like almost 5 hours.
Damn, son, y'all are wildin'. All right, I'm signing off, man.
Yeah, man.
Yo, it's always a pleasure. It's been no filter society,
you come by
man.
this Marky's thing tomorrow?
It's tomorrow?
420, nigga. Oh, today, technically.
Oh, that's at FET?
No, it's at Studio Lounge, I think.
All right.
It's like a puff and paint, like art.
Oh yeah.
With Madison franchise. I don't know.
I might.
Yeah, I ain't doing shit. I'm off tomorrow, so.
Hi.
I mean today. I keep forgetting the time. But yo, I'll check y'all out, man. I'm tired as fuck, bro.
All right, my G's.
All right, yo. Y'all be smooth out there.
Good, man. Good talk, man. Appreciate y'all.
Yep.